On a Friday night, time to turn it up, yo, we're feeling alright. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly show, hosted by James, let the conversation flow. Gather round, folks, it's that time again. MFL Talk, we break it down with our pen. Kevin Bryan, tactical kings on the rise, dropping knowledge bombs, yeah, they're oh so wise. Football insights, every move dissected, supporting our teams, never neglected. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, well, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. Sid and Bob standing side by side, trophies gleaming, got that MFL pride. War chest ready, cashing in, can't you see? This community's tight, man, it's family. Creators rolling through, yeah, the vibe is right. Talking about the game every Friday night. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, well, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. So tune in, don't miss this hype. Weekly banner as we vibe and type. James leads the way like a star in the sky, while Kev drops wisdom, so don't be shy. Brian's analysis is peak performance, every week brought to you with pure endurance. Fans in the comments interacting live, building up the hype. Together we thrive, from the good plays to the moments that sting. We dissect it all, man, with the real thing. This is more than the game, it's our culture case. MFL community, we're living in grace. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, well, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. So grab your drinks and settle in tight. Friday nights with us, gonna feel just right. Cause when it comes to MFL, you know we ain't slack. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly, y'all. We got your back.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever time of day it is, from wherever you are tuning in from around this planet of MFL, as Amreezy would say. Welcome to the next episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This time being on the Wender cast. Finally, we've got one on here. We have Hamez, Trust, Sid, and Kev joining me today, or joining Hamez, joining him today, however we want to put it. Apologies for the late start. I think we can all probably guess who it was, which was holding us up, and I think the chat already knows. But yeah, we're here. We've finally got it started. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed that intro. Hamez with a beautiful audio creation, and just said, "Jimbo, can you stick some video over the top of it, which isn't trains, basically?" So I've just got myself back from the Norwich game, a little, awful 1-1 draw, and I've just gone to Canva, typed in different bits of stock image, and we've got it together. So hopefully you all enjoyed that intro. I did actually. It's pretty good when watching it live, rather than when I was creating it. I thought it was crap. But anyway, Hamez, what are we doing today, mate?
Yeah, pretty similar to other shows. I haven't actually got the agenda up because it's 6 a.m, so that's on me. But yeah, we'll be kind of just going through sort of the last week of the postseason, the first week of the
evening
new season, sort of squad building. How did people find it? Because obviously some people got promoted and are in a new division, so we're having to find, do they have the squad or the loans to be able to not get relegated and get memed again? And then we've got a little bit on like Trust with his systems, a bit with Jimbo's with his systems. Kev will be doing a bit of tactic talk this week, but he promises not to give away too many secrets, which is quite nice. And then we might have a little discussion on the dev updates which have just come out, which is always a good laugh when it comes out at 3:30 in the morning and you don't read them. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Had a nice week off, Sid, and stuff?
Yeah, I actually wanted to have some more time off, just not touch the friendlies or the engine up until today, but got some level of testing going a couple of days back. And what bothers me a lot is when I consistently keep getting favorable results. I don't know if that is just some level of inconsistency with the engine, or if something is truly working. But yeah, slowly ramping up on my prep for season 13. Can't wait. Got a lot of pieces added to the squad that we'll be talking about the next few minutes. But other than that, life's good. Had a nice 3-4 day rest. Now was looking forward to the beginning of the season.
Yeah, like how's your like post end of season, start of season been?
A lot busier than Sid's, that's for sure. Yeah, well, I was hammering the testing just for the engine to change again today, so that was smashing, but it also expected as well. Yeah, made some signings, made some moves. Squads are pretty much sorted, in a pretty good place. Now I need a 4-day break like Sid.
We've got the preseason tournaments. That'll do you well.
I'm sure there's got to be a problem or two with that I'll hear about.
There always is, isn't there? There always
Well,
is.
apparently one of the finals is 3 days after the semi or something.
I did see that. Yeah, I had to go. I don't know which one it is. Do you know which one it is, Kev?
No, I need to go and check. I don't know if that's the case for all of them as well,
Yeah.
or if it's just one. But it was always going to be something, was it?
I mean, it's not a pre-season tournament if there is some sort of issue with scheduling or or something like that. That's basically what they're there for, sort of get some of those bugs out of the way. But yeah.
Right, like Jimbo, what's your week been? Like still celebrating or?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Roller Day happened, and suddenly Wyverns look on, then it says Silver Division below the name and the location rather than Bronze. I think I may have said it on the pod last week or this week that when we lost on that final day of the season, it felt like I got relegated. Genuinely, that's how much it. I was like, oh, wow. But then I realized I have a second v second matchup, and it's a favorable matchup. And then when I won it, because I was the favored team, I was like, well, I probably was always going to win it anyway. It doesn't really feel like I've done much. I've just won a playoff game where I should have won. Sorry, kids, if you're here, I didn't mean to beat you. I needed to, but yeah, because I'm still running BFC Barca for this season. A lot of the focus has been on sort of getting that squad up and running, which Tagar's done a great help with, and sort of just start. I've only started testing yesterday, and when I mean testing, I've just everything on balance, everything in the middle. Just let's just see what it's like on the neutral setting and go from there. And then I'll look at some of last season's tactics, and then I'll start changing things around. So really, my preseason's only started. Well, it starts tomorrow, really, when I've got a full day off, where I'm probably going to do some streams tomorrow because the missus is away for the day. I'm like, right, I've got a full 12 hours. I can just smack into testing and got no excuse for time, really. But yeah, I'm glad for the Wyverns in Silver. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, the Ramble team being in their role is going to be fun. Silver 4 is a particularly strong league within Silver anyway, when you look at other ones. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Big Mr. K joined us as well in Silver 4. He bought a team.
Yeah, there is the slight potential. Not saying that we're going to get shuffled, but I know that it's Silver League 3. Snake has 2 teams in there. So obviously they're going to have to get reshuffled, and hopefully it's not Silver 4, which is the league which has the sort of the shuffling happen to it, because I kind of want that to stay as it is. Or maybe another team gets taken out, but someone else like State gets put in. So there's the familiar faces in, and that's what we all want, right? We want to be matching up against each other, which at the top division we all get.
The Ramble squad's almost complete as well. I think we just need 1 or 2 players and we're done.
I think I need a backup goalkeeper, then I'm done, basically. Which backup goalkeeper is like the worst position to have if you don't have one yourself to put in as a backup goalkeeper. So I've just been looking at everyone on scouting, turning from oldest to youngest, and just finding a red symbol, basically going, they won't mind being on 3% and getting 5 games, will they? They don't care about progression. They just care about percentage at that age. But yeah.
There definitely seems to be a wave of retirements going around, specifically with the goalkeepers, or at least the ones that we've been managing. There were like a couple of good rated goalkeepers, a little older ones that were available on the market that got snatched within minutes of them getting listed. So I see the demand creeping up slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust. How's your preseason been with your few clubs and players?
It's been chaotic. It's one of those things where I was kind of ready for. I'm trying to reset everything every few seasons, and this was supposed to be an off season, but then I acquired a bunch of clubs, and from Big Mr. K, and yeah, so now it's a bunch of that, and also with the new Bruce partnership, which we'll touch on a little bit. I'm required some reshuffling throughout my agency as well, and some promotions, and so there really wasn't an off season. It just looks different. I think my off seasons are busier than my mid seasons, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been fun to have some other new managers come on board. I still have to post my spreadsheet for most of my Spark clubs, but I've been reaching out to my past owners for different clubs to see if they want to come back for the ones they've promoted because they get first dibs. And also others and managers that I respect that I've reached out in the past to kind of bring them in. So yeah, no, it's a fun time, but it's a busy time.
Are you over 100 clubs delegated now, or where are you?
I'm well under right now, but I think I'm going to stay that way. I don't know when in the agenda we're going to get to that, but I just have a different philosophy this season as far as how many clubs I want to delegate. But yeah, I'll probably still go over 50. It's just a matter of getting closer to 50 by than 100.
Fair enough. I mean, and then you said there was cup success for the Trust the Process organization, but
I see what you're doing there. Amongst all the clubs I had, only one club brought home a cup title, and it was Hamez's Scotland C.
How do they do in the league though?
They got second in the league and promoted.
Oh, okay, so, fair enough. I was going to say we didn't get promoted, like drove, fair play.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited this season to have. So Bob's going to manage a couple of clubs for me, and Amreezy's going to manage a club. I bought a Mexican club just to delegate to Amreezy, and so it's going to be fun to have him in there as well. So yeah, it's just a fun way of having some extra community with some of the MFL world in general.
Yeah. So the next point was more like, is there any matches you're looking forward to in the season against like certain managers? Because obviously like your two Diamond boys, Brian's back, so
I think
that's always a
the El Clasico with me and Brian. That's going to be the big one, I think, for me. Who comes out on top in that will probably help define the season over the two games. So let's see. Should be fun. And we speak to each other all the time, so we probably know what we're going to do.
You probably tell each other, like, by the way, Brian, I'm just going to run this and see if he falls for it. You know, try and play his bluff.
Mind games.
Yeah.
With the way Brian started off his testing, right? So he has a natural left mid who his secondary position is a cam. So he plugs him into cam because he has about 87, 88 rated defense. So that's where his defense starts. So he has a left wing back, which he plays as a left mid, obviously 90 plus defense. And then he has a bank of 5 as well. So he's already kind of equipping himself to concede as less goals as possible. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup as well. Barcelona, Real Madrid licenses. Again, I don't know if that has been in Diamond in the past. We've had an El Clasico location in the past. So location-wise, it's great. And Brian running one and Kev running one. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch out for.
And I always get excited with you and Bob's games because you two just stress the hell out of it and just, Whereas for the outsiders, it's a great game to watch.
I see a little bit of reverse psychology from Bob early doors already. He's already saying, "Oh, nothing's working for me. I'm conceding 4 goals every game." All for him to just go into the season, go 10-1-0 mid-season, end up at 31 points. So It's going to be fun. I see a lot of mixed bag of results early door. Milano all over the place. Ronin again about 30 to 40% wins in his friendlies, not more. So it's going to be an exciting season. Kind of unpredictable as well.
But as we know, the engine just changed again today. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as well.
Have you got the hat with you, Kev? I know the engine has to change in a dev update, because of the dev update. But have you got it with you just in case? On the early shout, it might change in this episode for all we know. We don't know. You can't prove that it hasn't changed.
All I'm hearing is that Sid was smart for taking some days off because it didn't really matter.
True.
It does feel a bit like that. That's why I kind of get the squads done. Well, until the weekend, even though they may be considered small changes, well, just start testing when you know that is, aside from major things, haven't really happened properly before, like bugs, whatever. That it's going to be, Friday onwards is going to be the engine. You can, it helps doing testing right beforehand. But if it is going to, once it's locked in, actually, I'm not at risk of something changing here and altering my setup. But coming from someone who does about 10% of the testing that you guys do.
We're getting abuse for not reading chat, gents.
That's Blade. That's Blade saying that I'm not reading chat, and Blade said no one loves Jimbo, so I'm in my own right mind to ignore every single message that he puts in the chat. But I will just say big welcome to everyone in the chat. Thank you to those who have just subbed as well. Zutert, Root, and Clarino. Root, I do love you. I know you love me, mate. Ignore what Blade says. He's an absolute rascal. But we've got loads of people in here. We've got Hamez in here, of course. He's on screen and in the chat as well. Man United Toby, David, Solid Lard, Dan LFC, Big Mr. K, Josh, Big Will, Palmer. We've got all the usual folk in here, which is great to see. And people redeeming shirt changes as well. I should have just cancelled it and not let it be a redeemable thing during the stream. But fortunately, I can just dip out and dip in. Things sort of continue as they are, and not so. Whilst I go change my shirt twice, you guys can carry on the conversation.
It was a bit awkward because the next part was going to be to Jimbo, but he's now buggering off. But it's more just we can come back to it, but more like with rewards coming. Like we had our rewards over the last couple of seasons, or last couple of weeks. What did you do? Like obviously Sid's war chest got spent and everything, but like anything still to be done, or like all new recruits in?
Mine's probably the easiest one to go through because I ripped it all on stream. I just got some rare packs, some uncommons, got a couple of decent players, but nothing special, and then kept about 40k back just in case. What, use it, sell a pack, whatever. So yeah, a couple of good pulls, but nothing too exciting. So nice and easy for me.
Consider you wanting to go next? Yeah, you wanting to go over your like mad amount of like brigands, or
are you saying me or are you saying Sid?
Well, I mean, either of you can go because I think both of you brought in a decent amount of players.
Yeah, I can go. Mine was fairly simple in the sense that once I sent about 360, I think it was, K MFL to Big Mr. K for the clubs. I bought one 85 to 89 player pack, got an 85 overall 19-year-old left back. I needed a left back. 19's great, and so I'm not going to complain about the 85 part. And so that helps the rest of my agency. And then I just spammed 600 and 1200 MFL packs to kind of fill those rosters that I had just acquired. So yeah, excited to have more excuses to buy more common player packs. This is the first time though I did really dive into the 1200 50 to 54 band packs. Part of it was because I thought staff leagues were coming back and I wanted to get more 54 overalls to hopefully help fund some positive staff league teams. But otherwise too, just seeing some value in it now as far as, okay, if they're 50 to 54 now, there's less time for them to progress to be usable whenever we start seeing mass retirement in limited and uncommon range. So yeah, excited to kind of farm those players and see where the season goes.
Did you think it was worth it? the higher band a pack, or would you be better with just the 600s?
It's a give and take. It is one of those things where I feel like we'll just say the odds of getting a 50 to 54 maybe is like 1 in 3, and so you are kind of going through some players that are not too helpful to get to the 50-54s in the 600 common pack, and so it was just to kind of avoid having a backlog of players below. I just went straight to the 1200. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I mean, it's definitely more fun to open up a bunch of packs that say 50 to 54 opposed to the ones that say 41. And so there were several times where it was like age pop up 18, great, 38 overall. Dang it! Like you're gonna age, even if you progress well, you're gonna be 50 by the end of your career. Yeah, so we'll see how they turn out. I'm probably gonna go down that route more often going forward, especially with the burn mechanism coming into place, and I feel like. Yeah, just having some quality players is going to help.
For the first time ever, I was just going to say I joined in with that and spent about 10k on commons. I've never done that before, so I'm now up to about 100 players in Dev Center, which is massive for me. I've never had that much before. So yeah, hoping for some lottery tickets.
Yeah, I've been trying to set up my agency to have my Dev Center players all come out at the end of this upcoming season. Just with how I'm resetting everything every 3 seasons. And so I'm excited to kind of have an influx of all those players here coming up. However, I'm trying to figure out how many players I do have in the I have 178 in the Dev Center, so not an absurd amount compared to what you might think. That's because I'm playing most of them.
I find the 50 to 54 is better for the commons, because the commons are the only ones where, like in the rares, the middle, like the base rare is of like a difference of like 10, because you get from 75 or 975 to 84, whereas the commons you can get either 54s or you can get like 30s, so you're capping it to the top 4 ratings. The upside's a lot better than the downside.
Were you not deliberately targeting the staff league with that though as well?
Oh no, I did it this, like I've done 2 or 3 this season as well. Just because, like, I mean, yeah, I got really lucky with one of the guys last season who went from 54 to 63 in the staff league.
Nice.
Wow.
So there's hope that he does well this year. So I've stuck him in a team full of like uncommons, so that if he does go up, he's not going to get hindered by trading right away.
Yeah.
So
I do like that. And I think the argument for 50-54 is only getting better too as Flint fills up. Right now, I could have players in Spark that are mid 40s and then not worry about relegation. And so like you're still getting good NFL returns out of those players, but as Flint becomes more useful, there's less potential return for your 40 overall players. And so that kind of changed things up a bit too.
What about you, Jimbo? How'd you spend your MFL?
I spent 47,000. So I got 100k, which is the most I've had in a season. Predominantly, I guess, done by the Wyverns getting promoted. Got through to some of the knockouts, but also getting, Trust Norwich side up into bronze. Obviously had some of the BFC, Barcelona. I guess finishing 5th in Plat was far from ideal, but getting out into the knockouts, things like that. Not major amount, but enough to sort of, for me as a user, have a boost. I spent it on a rare pack initially, opened it, 24-year-old centre mid 75, was like, nope, not having this. He was a one-trick pony where his passing's ridiculous, which makes him a rare. Otherwise, he's just your bog standard uncommon player. I then got really prepared to buy myself a rare pack on drop day. So I was like, right, I'm going to buy another rare pack. I'm going to sell that, or rare player pack. I'm going to sell it. And then I had another sale with a player. I said it on the pod, like the oldest player in my agency, I sold him for like $40 or something like that. The oldest player in my agency, had him for nearly 4 years. He'd never played a single minute for any of my teams on my own agency, which I think is just crazy. Sold him for $40. I was like, right, I've got enough for a rare pack on drop day. Haven't bought one for probably about over a year. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one. Obviously didn't get one. And I sat here going, what do I do now then? Do I just go buy myself a rare reward pack again off the marketplace after I've just sold one? No, I didn't. I didn't in the end. I didn't. So basically, I've opened one rare pack, sold another, and that's what I've done so far. So if a player comes on the marketplace I want to get, in my position of getting promoted to silver, it's probably sensible that I buy a player off the marketplace rather than hitting and hoping in a rare pack, which realistically, unless I get an 84 or an 83 and they have decent potential, so they go up in the first season or two, they don't really qualify as a player suitable for sort of, sustaining silver. So I've got to be realistic in that sense. So I ripped because it's always fun to rip a pack, right? But then I sold because also I had to be kind of sensible as well.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Makes sense. But I mean, yeah, I had 102K as well, but sold it all because I had a 1 rare and 5 uncommons. The plan was to sell either whichever sold first, either the rare or the uncommons. Whichever ones sold first, I would open the other. And they all sold overnight at like 3 a.m. So I didn't open any of them. So
Nice money you get though.
Yeah, I then spent 100 of it on a Australian license for Slippy Fish. So
Who says hello from Helsinki, by the way?
Yeah, he's doing his European trip, isn't he?
He's finished his European trip. He's flying from Helsinki to Singapore and Singapore to Melbourne. Could be Melbourne makes most sense, but it could be Sydney.
Finishing it in Finland, is he?
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
He's very memed. Like, very up with the memes. Yeah. But like Jim, before you were getting your shirt changed, I was going to ask when the Wyverns play the Ramble, are we going to get a watch along? Like you on one side of the screen, Ramble on the other side of the screen. Proper celebration.
Just me on one side, and then just all of the Ramble, like Kev, David, Maynard, Toby, all of them just on one side. I hope it comes on a day that is sort of, if the awkward days, it comes on a weekend. Hopefully it doesn't. If it comes like during the week, then yeah, I'm all down for it. I think we play each other in Toby said in the YouTube chat, Ramble versus Wyverns in the pre-season cup as well, which is interesting, which will be fun. Although I pay zero attention to any pre-season result, because I think if we go back to Hamez last season, I think we were in the same cup with BFC Bar. So I think it was like I probably had the license for like 24 hours or so, and I think ended up like drawing to you or losing to you or something like that, and then beating one team and then losing another team. That's just like those results, if you happen again, probably don't happen. So I kind of ignore them. But yeah, if go back to your question, like, if the Ramble and the Wyverns are playing at a suitable time, there will definitely be a watch along. I can assure you that.
Or even like a YouTube video, like the 5 of you just getting a YouTube video of the watch along.
What? So like a delayed reaction sort of thing? Because
No, like you do it, like you just don't do it live. Like so you don't have to do it for like the 20 minutes, like 5 minutes before the match, and then maybe 5 minutes afterwards. Or if one team gets beat heavily, as soon as full time ends, the video will just end.
You'd be like, if a video never rises onto the internet, it's because the Wyverns have been smacked. Basically, there only will ever be footage on YouTube if the Wyverns win. Basically, that's how it goes. It's a one-sided affair, really.
There's a big problem with that, though. No one will ever get Toby on screen, I think. Laird's been trying for about a year, maybe 2. So, yeah, I doubt we'll get him on for the Ramble. But he's also in your camp, Jimbo. He doesn't test. So he knows.
I know, I do test. I haven't tested yet. Haven't tested yet.
You started testing when you took on BFC, but before that, you said yourself you never tested.
Oh, I rarely test, because I knew I was stubborn running a 3-5-2B for eternity. I was like, well, I know how to play a 3-5-2B. I just run it.
Well, Toby's in that camp, so
when you manage another side which is above what you're used to, like me with the plat side, you have to test, but in doing so, that knowledge of testing and what you learn from it filters down to other teams as well. So it's kind of like, it's not just benefiting the team that you're managing, it's benefiting the teams which you own yourself, which you manage and look after. So it's a win-win. And most things trickle down kind of as well.
But does that not depend also on how big a drop it is? Because like when I did Castle and Gold and like Silver, it's hard to compare that and work that with my Belko and Iron when my wingers have got 99 pace, 99 dribbling, 99 96 passing, and then it drops to Belko who's got 80 pace, 72 passing, 70 dribbling. So what can work when what works with them does not work.
I feel like you've got to be realistic with, for me it was platinum to bronze, where that's probably the biggest gap you'd probably like to go, because in bronze you're going to have players who are sort of like the 90 plus 95 plus in say one or two stats or an outlying stat, but yeah, if you're going from silver to anywhere below bronze in terms of trickling down that knowledge, you're right. In your experience, it's not really going to work. It's not something that you can take into that division.
Yeah, I've gone from a 96 rated right winger to 80 this season, so it's quite the drop off. So,
Boy, I feel there is a correlation between you running BFC last season and the Y1s getting promoted.
I think the correlation is the fact that I just decided to actually get away from three at the back. I think that's the correlation there, is that I think I did some testing with BFC Barca and went, hang on, actually, you know what? There's a bit of enjoyment with four at the back formations here. Maybe 3-5-2-B isn't the way to just go throughout your whole MFL career. And so I thought, you know what? I'll try and do a bit with the Wyverns, and obviously play a bit of four at the back, played a bit of three at the back. And I think it's probably, I was going to get out of bronze eventually. Right. Bruce is watching. He might be watching this back. When we did the pod with him, he said afterwards, I think you get out of bronze this year, Jimbo. Because I told him that off air that I wasn't going to be running a three at the back for most of the season. He's like, I think you get out. Like, you've nearly got out of bronze. All you do is run 3-5-2-B religiously. You bottle it sometimes, but to be that consistent with it, maybe you should go up. I was like, you know what? I appreciate the kind words, but let's get out of bronze first. So maybe it is, Sid. Maybe it is, that is a coincidence, but I think I just stopped being a stubborn bastard, basically.
Now that you say that, is there any chance of a Jimbo team rolling out with 5 at the back? Because I'm hearing 5-3-2.
It's a progression.
Okay.
Nah, see, if you ever caught me playing 5 at the back, and I don't think you will, it will be with, well, Palmer says 5 at the back. Okay, oh well. It won't be through having wing backs in my side. It will be, I need to just put my fullbacks to wing back. So they're technically not having wing backs in my squad. So I, not tick that box of having wing backs in. But unfortunately, the last season, I have sort of said to myself, I don't like playing against 5 at the back. And some of the formations, they quite favourable in their matchups. But I will still, for the foreseeable, for the next 2, 3, 4 seasons, however long it is, will stand by what I say, that 5 at the back will not be a formation that a Jimbo managed club will run an MFL. I think, the community has my word on that. Even if it is OP, says Dan, says 5 at the back is OP, the matches haven't clocked on yet. The second it does the second the masses do come onto it, that's when things go downhill. That's when things go downhill. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's not okay if everyone uses it.
Yeah, when I start using it, everyone else get off it, because then it's going to go badly, basically. The curse carries some weight to it for formations.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I saw a Jimbo managed team run 5 at the back to end off the playoffs last season.
No. I never watched that game. I never watched that game. I said I'll turn a blind eye for this one particular match. That's as close as we're getting, is a team that someone else manages for me playing a 5 at the back. But I never actually watched that match. I never actually watched it.
Did they not play 5 at the back for the winning game?
No, I don't think they did. No, I don't know. I really don't know. No, Kev's nodding.
They bloody did, because I told them to.
Because I'm pretty sure someone celebrated on a podcast when they were watching the game.
No. I never. I watched it, but I just watched the match. I didn't watch like the lineups and the left hand side of the screen. It was just the match that was on. I didn't actually watch.
It was just the stats trickling over.
Yeah, just the stats.
Movement.
Yeah. And then the defenders were so all over the place when you were watching it. I couldn't tell what formation it was really. I don't know if it was a 3 or 4 or 5. But all it was, all that matters is that they're now playing in stone for next season. That's all we care about.
Question for you, Jimbo. What would you rather do? Go against your principles or win?
Go against my principles or win.
Well,
I'm not playing 5 at the back. I'm not playing 5 at the back.
So you'd rather lose than play 5 at the back?
No, I just won't play 5 at the back, and I won't lose. I'll make sure it happens. No, but if I had to pick, I'd rather lose and play 5 at the back. The guilt. I think it would carry a lot of weight in my life, and I don't think I'd be able to live it down really.
So you never bottle it. You just don't conform.
The bottling's intentional, just to make it entertaining in bronze for 11 seasons in a row.
A man of his word and his principle, and people call it bottling. There you go.
No, 5 at the back has its place, just not in my agency. It's not in my agency.
What if with the rewards you open 2 rare packs and you got like two 16-year-olds, one left wing back, right wing back, one right wing back, 83, 84s? Are you sending them straight to the market, or are you running them?
Straight to the market, mate. Straight to the market. I'm getting all the money I can out of them to buy a fullback, to buy,
You're milking 16-year-olds for as much as you can get.
Whoa.
No comment. No
Out of
comment.
context.
No comment. No comment. I want someone in this room to observe this while they make comment.
Someone has to have clipped that, surely.
That's going to be on the MFL socials.
So many of their posters have been with clips. I'm like, well, if you just extended that clip for a second longer, you've definitely got some content which shouldn't be going on your socials. The David one comes to mind with gets his 16-year-old in the pack, and he then starts, a second later he's there dry humping the air. I'm like, nah, that's not something they want to post, but it's great content.
That was funny.
Well, if we move, we can move on to the trust the process, and Jimbo sort of more focused section, as you're the lovely guests for this episode. So it's the first question we have for trust is more, having done a full season of delegating now 100 clubs, what did you take away from it, and what will be different coming this season?
Yeah, I did really enjoy the community environment of messaging different managers that I was, for teams I honestly cared more about. Like Bruce and I talked a lot over the last season, and so that was a good time. And also there were some clubs that were winning leagues that probably shouldn't have been. There were also clubs that I felt like should have been in promotion conversation, but were not. And so there's gonna be a mixed bag anytime you try out new managers without a formal application process. And so, but it was a good time. I think what I would change and what I was alluding to was, I mentioned this before, I really think I'm going to go through all my clubs, especially Spark, and be like, okay, which one of these are 55 overall average that are going to be bottom 3 no matter what happens, and just rotate those blindly myself and not really care too much. Focus on cup matches, but giving away rev share from those clubs just didn't seem to make much sense. And so it was fun, and it was worth. There's a level of time saving for sure that came with not having to do that. But yeah, I want to kind of focus on the ones that'll pay off more. And so yeah, we'll see where those things go for this time around. Up to 140 clubs, we'll probably delegate half of them and probably manage half of them.
Just the 70 on your own then.
Just 70 on my own. Yeah. Just be a normal average MFL user at that point, right?
Yeah.
Palmer's gone. Sorry, Hamez. I was going to say,
I
Palmer
mean,
says in the chat, I've
you,
never seen Trust without a hat on. Does he keep more clubs under there? Do you keep more clubs under the hat?
No,
Whoa.
nothing in there. I'm a big hat guy. I am a big hat guy.
but fair enough. Like, so what the MFL you gave away? Do you feel like you almost like did you make it back? Like with like clubs finishing maybe higher and doing better
Yeah.
in sort of cups?
It's hard to say. I feel like on some level I may have the season prior. Every season changes, but the season prior I did make more MFL than this past season by about 70,000. But I think a lot of that too was ran pretty hot the prior season with loaning out players to clubs that had good cup runs and good finishes in their divisions, and so it's hard really to compare. But yeah, this season we'll see if loaning out less of the low level clubs. They're not bringing much MFL anyway. But whenever you add up 70 of them, it does all of a sudden become a good chunk of 15% that you're giving away. So yeah, I do have 3 bronze this season, which I didn't have last season. I have 4 iron compared to 6. And so things are kind of progressing at the pyramid. I have a lot more stone and ice than I did last season. So some of that was clubs that I got relegated that shouldn't have gotten relegated that were then brought back up, playing some back and forth with those clubs. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'd like to believe I'm trying to push for 900 MFL this upcoming season, and eventually 900,000. Eventually get to 1 million would be nice before things start to drop off with retirements for me.
$1 million a season, Jesus. Yeah, that's 10 seasons for me, so I'm a long way to go.
What'd you say?
$1 million MFL is 10.
Oh.
At the rate I'm going is 10 seasons, so it's over a year in real life to get that. So
yeah, I'll be curious. So I really did buy into Duff's Diamond side this off season. I was mentioning Brian earlier today, and Sid and Kev, you guys could probably touch on this. I was impressed with how fast all 4 of your teams got put together, yours and Bob's as well. Like in the past, I've gotten like loan requests or whatnot from you guys occasionally, and this time it was like crickets. You guys went out and just bought the players you wanted instead.
That's all Sid and Bob. Those guys did most of the legwork. Me and Brian just hammered it out which guys we were taking, kind of thing. So yeah, fair play to Sid and Bob for doing that.
Yeah, we'd go out, negotiate, do a deal for a player, post it in Discord saying, "Hey, this is who we have." And then there will be a tussle between Kevin and Brian. Be like, "Oh, I need him. No, you cannot have him." That's
Like-
what you're dealing with. But
What's
I mean,
his defensive stats? Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
piranhas, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, on a serious note, I think we started the grind right after mid-season, and Bob was really open, and he was like, "I'll get whatever MFL I have. You can use that to negotiate deals as well." So we ended up close to 4 million to put together, and I see Hamez's face. So yeah, we started getting or negotiating with the agencies right after the midseason kicked off. Uh, we ended up close to around 25 players, around 90 or 90 plus rather, and that was really good in terms of allocating players for both the diamond teams, and we have a very good we have 2 solid teams in gold as well. So I think Big Mr. K is running Bob's gold team, and I'm running my hometown gold team as well. So yeah, we kind of mapped it out, knew what positions to target and get into. So yeah, not a dollar spent in terms of outside of the MFL earnings. So it was nice for us to be able to trade everything away and get all the pieces that we need. Again, I don't know from a retirement perspective or from a sustainability perspective, it's going to be tough. But the good thing is we have quite a few teams up top. If we're able to keep grinding MFL, bringing that kind of income in, we should be able to keep this going at least for the next 2 or 3 seasons in the running.
Yeah, that's great. It's. I was like, man, you guys make up a third of diamond right now.
But you
Yeah,
were
the
right,
group-
Trust. If they've got defensive stats, Brian was all over it. So
Yeah.
Like being
I
being
was.
in. No, Trish, you go. There you
I
go.
was looking to loan out ACS, someone that's Hungarian probably knows how to say that, but then I do.
the CDM.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, Brian, did you want another back in diamond? And then I looked at his roster. I'm like, never mind. You're already all done.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
did
know that's-
get like a couple of loans, I guess, but not
Yeah.
much compared to the previous season. And Bob, somewhere in the middle, so Sturge's second team got promoted as well, right? So I think he finished second in Plat, won the playoffs. He's through to Diamond. And Bob pings me like late at night saying, "Hey, should we buy this Diamond license?" I'm like, dude, well, what are you planning? You're planning to kill me or just leave me like sleepless for quite a few nights? But yeah, I mean, tremendous work. We were able to, I mean, he was grinding his ass off, negotiating for the likes of Zayn and the other young CM as well. We got hit pretty hard on the retirement and the rollover.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a challenge for another day. For now, we are set for season 3.
But
Those
then
yellow tags mean nothing for this season.
even the loans you brought in were mainly all loan swaps as well. You know, like Masai and guys with Sturge and things like that. So yeah, a lot of that going on. So yeah, it was more just kind of trading the right pieces, loans, but you had all the pieces anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
along the way, we've definitely built a good, solid relationship with multiple like agencies as well who are ready to negotiate and loan out players. So that was kind of other folks as well. So in a good place, I'm hoping we keep all 4 teams up for the next like 2 or 3 seasons. That's going to be a challenge with the retirements like starting to hit. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'd like to think with the team you've gave me and Brian that we'll stay up. But yeah, retirements is probably going to be the biggest thing. In May, eventually I have to cut down to 3. So, but yeah, let's see. As you said earlier, forget that rewards every season. You know, don't see why you can't sustain it for a long time.
There's a little bit of luck. So keep bringing both the silverware, finish up top in the league, grind Titans. But again, yeah, that's going to happen. I mean, Ronan is going to come back strong. Milano is tough as usual. And the Dio found his feet like later part of last season as well. So there's still some strong teams to compete against. But it's yeah, it's going to be a fun grind. It's nice and fun, like negotiating with players. At least from my perspective, I haven't gone out and purchased like 12, 13 Legos within a window. So this was by far the most players that I got in. And I think Bob got in around like 7 or 8 Legos as well. So
Incredible work.
Yeah, it is a lot of legwork, a lot of grind.
I think Jimbo better shout out Mr. Root Course.
Yeah, thank you, Kev. Yeah, Root
all on my way.
for gifting 10 subs to the channel. Thank you, Root. Glad to see that rum and coke on a Friday evening is going down a treat. You clearly recovered from your post-holiday illness if you're back on the drinks and gifting out a few subs to community. So Root, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it. Much love, my man. And if you have been gifted a sub by Root, please in the Twitch chat say thank you to him. What a guy. Double rum. You know, he's definitely recovered from that post-holiday illness. Up the route.
Yeah, imagine not doing a podcast when you're sick. You know, that's just
I know.
That's just not committed enough.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my 39-degree fever, but you know, I'm still here.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. Commitment. That's what you need. You need ill. You know, the only reason you can't ever do a bit of content is if your house is suddenly flooding with 2 months worth of your own poo. You know, that's a kind of justifiable reason to stop.
But you're still but you're still making effort. You're still
No, I'm still coming back. I'm still coming back and doing it. You know, I should have really told the missus, sorry, you can go have a panic attack in the room. I'm just going to sit here and continue my episode for another hour whilst everything's getting worse. No.
But being like listening to them talk about like building their squads with their budget, like it gives off so much of being like when you hear like a big meeting's going on and people say they want to be a fly in the wall. I very much felt like I'm on the fly. I'm sitting there in the corner or like really high up. So I've snuck in. I wake up and I've got 152 messages in this chat going, I've bought this guy. What do you think? 96 rated for like a cent. The next guy, what about this guy? 94 rated Lego. And then I go through it all and they're done. And I go, are your guys like limiteds and uncommons available for like, can I take them for my guys? And it's like such a different, those four are talking about diamond. And I'm like, so my Flint and Ice teams need players. Could you have any? And it's like, yeah, such a fly on the wall. Like having to deal with them. But the next question, the next one we have question for Jimbo is, you know, delegated out Wendark. Do you find yourself more invested when multiple people were running it, rather than when you ran it in Flint with people's players in, and like when Calva ran it with players in? Are you more committed now that like you had the guy doing social media, you had the other two doing tactics?
First of all, I was gonna say I love the fact that when Kev leaves, he then becomes, as chat has figured out, he just becomes a viewer. He just starts, you know, communicating in chat as well, like asking questions. How's the place looking now, Jimbo? No, it's all right. When you come back, you can ask me that in person, mate. Yeah, the downstairs is just pure concrete, no flooring, but apart from that, everything looked good. I love that from Kev. Yeah, coming back to the Wendark MFC side, my interest never, you know, it always grows each season, regardless of who's looking after it. Obviously, when I'm looking after it myself, there's getting like you said, getting all the players in. There's the tactics side. There's, you know, if I want to post any social stuff, it's all doing that. I was definitely more invested in it because I wanted to see how having multiple people manage the club, interact together and work together to achieve promotion, or to achieve an outcome and a goal they're all looking for. Because a lot of the club delegation at the moment is one person runs it for another person. Was actually now this season there's 5 people you know, hired to the club. You've got Domenico on the socials. He doesn't have any permissions on tactics or anything. It's purely socials he can do. So we've got all those different titles within club staff, and I really wanted to see how can we build a club which we actually have particular roles and particular permissions, like it is a football club, where you've got a sporting director who, you know, in real life, they don't necessarily do all the contracts and all that sort of stuff, but they're the people, you know, chatting to the players, doing the offers. We've got Dan, who is the sporting director. He does the contracts, he negotiates with people. And then you've got, you know, last season it was Zuta and Nathan. Dan also helped a bit with tactics, because when you're bringing in players to a club, it's nice to be able to actually look at the tactics screen to see whereabouts you need players in. Sometimes just having visually on a screen helps, but if you've got no permissions for tactics, you can't actually see that screen, which is a bit of a pain. But, you know, this season we've got Domenico, Dan and Nathan, or the 3 of them. On the basis they got promoted, I was like, you guys can have if you want to, a 1-season extension to your contracts, as, you know, as an acknowledgement of your achievement sort of thing, which they accepted. Zuta was like, I don't mind, but if people, you know, I don't mind stepping down and letting someone else come in. And I thought, well, actually, we've got then Zutert's role. Blades, when we put the vote, was quite clearly going to win the vote. So I was like, hang on, at this point, I have to have someone else as well, because having a vote, which you already know the outcome of the vote before it even commences, isn't kind of fair. So I was like, right, we're going to bring in someone else as well. So there's a second vote to it. And then next season, we might redo all 5, we might redo 2, we might do 3. But I think it's increased my, you know, my sort of my investment in the team, because they have their own little chat in the Discord and they just talk amongst themselves in there. I don't monitor it, I don't look over them. If they ping me, I go in there, but it's great to sort of see build up to the game. They're talking amongst each other like, oh, we're playing this, I've done some friendlies against my own teams. This is sort of a favorable formation. It's just really great to sort of see it all live in action and working. That was the thing I was nervous about. I wasn't sure if things would go to plan. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. Although when Blade did get out of the chat, the first thing he said was, "Right, boys, what are we doing? Are we running 4-2-4?" And I was like, oh, "Come on, Blade." Much love to him. But I love it. I love seeing it all in action and seeing like the sort of the community outside of the people in the club also backing the Wenderk. So I think Domenico he had to step down a little bit from the socials because of other, I think some personal stuff, but the stuff that he did do was great. I loved his post recently when we hired our goalkeeper, like sweeper keeper, and he sort of merged the social with the curling sweeper thing that MFL released for the mini game. And I thought that is just really, it's just really great sort of work from him. So yeah, I've really enjoyed delegating out, and I sort of love being able to give people the opportunity to not manage it as one, but also it's like a different challenge. You're not managing it yourself, you're managing with other people. So that's sort of another skill as well. And then almost just sort of keeps people together. If that kind of makes sense, what I've said.
Yeah, it gives the community team a community vibe.
Yeah, because the community's backing the club, but there's community in the club, but they also have to work together as a community to, and they know that if they do, Blade specifically was not giving the branding permissions. He was like, "Why can't I do it?" I was like, "Mate, the role that you applied for was manager. You knew that from the start. I'm not letting you rebrand that club. The second you rebrand that, you're getting your MFL for the season, but you're getting revoked everything from the club. You will." He wouldn't dare anyway, I don't think. But he will always say in chat, "Oh, I definitely would, Jim," but he wouldn't because he wouldn't do that. But no, everyone's been great when they've been part of the club. So I think we've now got all the clubs sorted as well. Obviously there are some constraints being only Dutch or Dirk. You are kind of limited to players you can use. And, specifically when there's other community teams out there, like the Yorkshire T-Lads have got their ones now, Ramble have got theirs, and now they can pull Dutch players and Dirk players as well, but we can't pull their other players. So it's kind of, there is a bit of competition as such of bringing in those players, specifically at a similar level. But if you can sort of get prepared, specifically for us being only Dutch and Dirk, there we go. Dutch and Dirk players, you have to sort of get it out there early before people start pinching your players, because that definitely happens. It definitely happens.
Boyd has asked for, he says he'll prove it. He's saved MFL for it. So.
Oh, we saved his 100 MFL. Congrats, mate. Big roller. I think I went to go test something and changed like the size of one of the logos and copied 75 MFL. Well, I hope he's saved at least 100 MFL for the season.
Yeah. And
the Stone rebranding is actually 475. It's not.
Is it? Oh, maybe. I stand back. Blades, fair play, mate. You've done really well to save that amount. I couldn't do it.
That's most of the way to a common player.
Yeah, I know. That's liquid gold for you, isn't it, Trust? That's that's a lot.
It is one thing I did not factor in whenever I traded for a bunch of clubs. I was like, oh, now I have to spend MFL to rebrand all these things, which I have not done yet. We'll see if I have the MFL to do so.
I mean, but you're 800 odd, 900 odd thousand. You sure have some left.
I have not that much left. I have, I think, 11,000, 13,384. So debating between rebranding or letting that ride for a season and getting more players. But I was bummed. I did miss out the Wenderk window community team. That's on me.
What is in bringing a player in?
Yeah. I've had my right back there for quite some time. He's now a rare. He would have fit in nicely, but you guys have another rare there, and that's on me. I didn't post the channel.
Well, if mid-season Trust, I know you're not really a mid-season sort of negotiate or move things around, but if if push comes to Trust, we'll call it, then maybe next season. I just know that at least 2 seasons time, whoever we're playing in the first game of the season is going to have a right old painful experience when on the right midfield position is going to be Dirk Klassen captain. So that's all I can tell you for that one match. So they're not going to enjoy it. Whoever it is, I apologize, but it'll be fun to watch.
I'll say my guy my guy Fred Brazil's he got his retirement symbol this rollover day. He's a 93 left wing. That's from the Netherlands. So maybe we'll get him on.
Well, on his final season, if he wants to have one game for Wendurk and then go back to your club for the remainder of the season, if the transfer window's open, let us know. We can make it happen. You know.
Yeah, I feel like it has to.
Yeah, it does.
And trust Roots wanting you to go into the Yorkshire Tea XP Discord so they can pinch players from you.
I do need to join their Discord. I don't know why I haven't yet, but the Netherlands guys are going to be reserved for Wendurk. Sorry.
I did give Toby the option to hire some staff for the Ramble. He said no. I wanted a big community feel. It was like, nah, I'll do it myself. So,
I mean, if you hire more people, there is sort of the dilemma where if you're giving people rev share to manage, but you're also giving people rev share for their players, there is a fine line where, you know, last season I think I had 10%, but now I've got all of them 7.5%. I've sent them all a common pack as sort of like, you know, that's the 2.5%, whatever you'd get from being in Stone, is sort of like a little, but to enable the team to then bring in people for 3% as like a flat line, because I want everyone who comes in to have a flat rate, whether it's 3, 4, whatever percent. I mean, potentially down the future, you know, if we're changing things, we could do it a bit, you know, like Solid Lard and other people have done. SLD, LRD, sorry, I got to say Solid Lard. We'll do when, you know, everyone's on 0%, and then the earnings get rewarded to an individual or to the community off the back of it. There's sort of different routes you can go about it, but as Toby says in chat, you know, too many cooks, you can have too many cooks in.
Well, to be fair to him as well, it's silver. You're spending a lot of your rev share trying to get those players in. It's not like you have 10 of your own players you can just throw in for the likes of Toby or a Bald Sherlock or whoever gets it. So, yeah, I wanted him to get at least 20% anyway. So it's worked out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next question's more trust focused, because obviously the diamond season may not have gone the way you hoped or planned, but would you have overall considered it a successful season with how your sort of agency is set up? Or
yeah, I mean, it was of course the co-run team with Ron, John, and Big Will, and I think it was fun. I mean, Big Will's never in those conversations once the season starts, just to kind of keep things separated. But we did Ron, John, and I were talking throughout the whole season, getting lineups together, and yeah, there was a stretch where it was getting tiresome, and by the end of it, we're kind of ready for this thing to be done. Just with some things we were seeing a lot, and just felt like we were behind the 8 ball. But it was definitely a good time. Wouldn't mind trying to get back up. I don't know if we have the club to try to push for that this season, but we'll see if we can. But yeah, enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to say I got a win against Meta ever again, but it was a fun thing to kind of get there and fall back out. And so I'm 1-1 against Meta for a team that's actually competitive in Diamond. So that feels good. But
exact same.
Yeah. I had managed Big Will's Harmony team before in Diamond, but it was a team that we knew just wasn't going to be competitive. And then, of course, I had the farm team before. I think that was even before the Lair boom.
The boom.
But this was my 3rd time in Diamond. Who knows when it'll happen again? I actually did reach out to who was the one that had the extra one? I always confuse Sturge and Dio in my head. Was it Dio?
No, Sturge had the extra, then he gave it to 408's running it, isn't he?
Shortly after he posted it, I did shoot him a message saying, hey, would you be interested in trading MFL for the club? And so I was trying to do one of those trades as well. And
the old MFL deal.
Yeah. He was like more interested in players and cash. And I was like, well, I'm not trying to put more cash in. And if I trade you the players, I wouldn't be able to field a Diamond team. So it was going to be like a 88 to 90 overall team. Like, it wasn't going to be competitive, but I was hoping to then find my footing in Platinum for a period of time before pushing back up. But yeah, I'd like to be back in Diamond one day. We'll just see when that is. But overall, yeah, I would say it was a successful season, minus not getting into the cup knockouts. That was probably the toughest part for us.
Are you going into Plat with Jimbo or the other Plat league?
That's the thing, is there's been some talk. Like, I don't know how you can track how you're going to fall. hypothetically, I think this one came from Plat 1. But it seems like when they come back down out of the division, it's not always consistent if it's where you came from based off of empty spaces.
I guess
So
it depends
we'll
on
see.
who wins the league, who drops down. Because obviously you've got Dio with multiple teams, Ronan with multiple teams. So yeah, I could see it getting mixed up, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think we have a good team together to try to, I think, finish mid-table. And if we get the tactics right, maybe still push for promotion. We're going to be like a 91 overall average. So nothing fantastic, but nothing that's going to be relegation expectation either. So.
No, hopefully you and Jimbo.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, hopefully Trust and Jimbo do well and maybe see at least one of them in Diamond next season, I should say.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice.
I'm trying to chase Jimbo down and to Silver 4 now. The Philly B just promoted into Bronze 8.
Stop this. I just want to enjoy my life in Silver season 13. Please don't come in and buy teams to try and just piss me off, and rattle me, because you know it will. There'll be a stream and whatever, and you'll beat me, and I just fucking rage, get angry. No, but I look for. Go on, Kev.
I was going to say it'll be a fun league if the Ramble are still there as well.
Yeah, I hope it does stay as it is. Obviously, there is a small chance it could be slightly shuffled. And hopefully, even if it is shuffled, those who we want to be in there for the matchups and the rivalries do stay in there, because that's what part of all this is about, as well as is the matchups against other managers and watching a game, knowing they're also watching and sitting there, reacting to the game as well. It's sort of like when you win, you have sort of that little smirk on your face, as you've just scammed them with a 1-0 win or something like that.
Well, with the power creep. I was just going to say. No, you go, Hamez.
I'll go.
Jimbo should use his creator card. His creator card and whisper to MFL, going, "Can you keep the Ramble in the league if you're going to shuffle around? I want the matchup."
Well, I can pull that card. Yeah, I'll pull that card.
Yeah.
Well, the power creep and getting loans and stuff, so there's no guarantee Ramble will be there, And we certainly wouldn't criticise anyone that gets them relegated, because that's a better thing for us to have for a community perspective.
Oh, for a community team, yeah. You feel like it's great to go up the divisions, but actually there's a point where maybe, you feel like you're asking a bit much of people from a community team then, where you don't want other people, your community's sort of own seasons to be impacted to try and support a community side. It's like, well, should be personal teams and then help out when you can, or people might choose to do differently. But
100%.
Yeah, Dan's right in the chat. When Dirk is going into the same Stone League as Laird, so there could be a little bit of opportunity for some tomfoolery in that Stone League next season. So I hope all of my club staff are watching and know that, because it's pretty good.
We've got a couple questions from the chat. Parma's asking, what's harder, getting into Diamond or staying in Diamond? And then you four have all tried it, so what are your views?
I mean, I've not got into Diamond, so I'll take a step back here, unless I want to go, for Norwich to get into the Premier League, it's much harder to stay in the Premier League than it is to actually get promoted to the Premier League. That's as close as I can get. I'll tell you when I get promoted to Diamond.
I'm out, because that's one thing I haven't been able to do. Haven't played in Plat yet to try and get into Diamond.
Yeah, but you stayed in Diamond, though.
By default, because two other teams use against each other, but yeah. But yeah, well, second season I earned it. I deserve to stay second season. First season I was lucky.
I think it's getting a little tougher in Plat as well. I think you got 2 Ronin teams in Plat right now. We've got 2 Dios teams in Plat right now. So it's definitely getting to a point where getting promoted in itself is going to be a challenge. I think a lot of, I don't know if Dio has 3 teams now. I think
he does.
Dio has 4.
Oh, 4, even better.
Yeah,
because his local team, like his, sort of like hometown team, USA Abe, or however you pronounce it, they got promoted from gold, or they ran away with it in gold, I think, when I looked earlier a couple of days ago. So yeah, Dio just sort of hoards teams in the top divisions.
Fair play to him.
Yeah.
So if you fall within the vicinity of these like 2 or 3 seasons where those teams are stacked, then it gets really challenging to get your promotion sealed. So I would say maybe getting to diamond is a little bit more challenging than staying in diamond, because once you get to diamond, you might be able to get those value loans, build a squad accordingly to be able to push for like a mid table to like eighth or ninth spot at least. Uh, but with plat, I mean, winning plat or even finishing second is it's not an easy task at all.
What's interesting is the MFL difference in plat. It's such a huge drop off from winning it to, is it second and third? Massive difference.
Yeah. Nearly
So, yeah.
100K, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never successfully promoted into diamond or stayed in diamond, so I'm going to say both are hard.
Yeah.
And then the other question we have came from Root, and he asked, this is mainly to Trust, but he asked, why did Trust choose Bruce out of the 3 Yorkshire Tea guys to manage his 2 clubs? Was it because Bruce begged him?
Well, it's more so Bruce chose me. So Bruce reached out initially asking if you could buy one of the Philly clubs from me, and I said no, sorry. He's a big Kobe Bryant fan, just wanted a club from Philly, and so whenever delegation came out, I reached out to him as a result, saying, "Hey, I don't want to sell you the Philly club, but if you want to manage it, you're welcome to it. In fact, if you want both, you can manage it because you're a better manager than I am." And so that's kind of how things came together. We had no prior messages before him trying to buy a Philly club from me. But yeah, it's been great. Root, if you want a club, I'm happy to delegate you one.
That's a brilliant answer from Big Will. Because Adio and Ronan's teams, because they've got so many and they can't promote, it's easier to get to diamond than it is to stay there. Good answer.
And then Rooch replied saying, so Bruce begged, knew it. Thanks for answering. And well, the next couple of questions, I can't really claim I came up with them because I stole them from Jimbo's message to me about meet the manager, because he never answers them when he always asks rather than he always asks them to people rather than answering them himself. So it's more what are your long-term goals in MFL, Jimbo?
To be able to answer the question, is it harder or easier to get promoted to diamonds or to stay in diamonds? No, ultimately, say, the Wyverns will always be the focus. That's my flagship team. They're based in Norwich. My goal with them and ambition will always be to, get as high up the division as I can without going crazy above my means to get there, in terms of, having to like buy players or, I don't mind loaning players in and everything like that, but I don't want to have to go crazy on buying players. I want to have like a little bit of a nice mix with it. But ultimately, let's say, I'd like to get up to sort of gold one day. I think I've got, I'll probably have to buy some players when I've got some stuff to do in the house. I jokingly said if in a couple seasons time I end up buying a diamond club or buying one of these clubs that someone else can't get promoted into diamond from plat, like a Diego or a Ronan, it's because the developers have paid out a hefty compensation fee because of all this emotional distress that I've been having over the last 2 weeks. But yeah, ultimately just play at MFL for a lot of fun whilst winning games at the same time, basically. If you would ask when I first joined, probably differently, but because of a lot of the content stuff, my outlook on it becomes orientated to like, how can I play MFL and do some content, whether it's podcasts or live streams, to make other people's sort of like career or participation in MFL more entertaining and better. So things like the community team, the watch alongs, those sort of things, like the duck races, etc. Everyone has fun with them.
I think you said there's some plans for tonight, isn't there?
Oh, we'll get some duck races at some point. If whenever I'll figure out how we get this share screen to work properly on here, and we'll get some duck races going. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll expand or stick with the two clubs and the academy or the community one?
If I was to ever expand, I think I'll only ever go for Norwich licenses, be my stubborn self when it comes to it. I think I just like the idea of hoarding only particular locations and being, oh, it's a Norwich license. Who owns it? Oh, it's Jimbo. You know, just sort of a bit like yourself with the, you know, the Australian licenses and things like that. It's quite nice to have that. There's quite a few on there, but also if any other like Norwich fans get into that, that's all go, oh, here's a club that you can have to manage or something like that. So yeah,
yeah. It also stops you just expanding when you want to, because you're like, well, I'm not going to buy this random cheap club from Chile because it needs to be Norwich.
Oh, unless a Quito one comes up, something like that. Or there are a couple other locations actually which are sort of connected to sort of my life, whether it be, you know, where I went to uni, where, you know, so up at like Chester, then when I was in the States, when I was in Bozeman in Montana, those sort of locations have a bit of a sort of, you know, they're quite close to my heart. So I quite like those. But you won't see me. That's the reasons why, like, you won't see me getting a Wrexham license, or if I see Wrexham playing, you know, sorry, all the Americans, you know, on here and watching and listening as well. I'm not a fan of Wrexham because I'm a Chester fan. But yeah, there's a couple of locations I like, but I stick with Norwich. Or, you know, I have to turn down Blade's offer of, here's my iron license for $250. Do you want to buy it, Jimbo? No, I'm not. I'm not paying 4 times the price for a license just because it's my just because it's where I'm from and who I support.
Yeah, I had a fun time dealing with Blades to get his license that he got from the pack promo, which is
what, actually negotiating or just understanding the messages in the negotiation?
I mean, it's
love you, Blades, love you.
What was quite interesting is I don't think he realized just how much I speak to other people, like speak to people on Discord, because I'm quite in contact with the other ones that, like, the other people that collect the Australian licenses, because most of the time, if I'm trying to get one, I'm competing against the other people trying to collect the Australia licenses. So I get a message from, I wake up to messages from a few people, and then tagged in loads of Discords being like Blades is like posted that he's listed his license up for $1,000, and I'm like, keep it at $1,000, because then that just keep raising, like, all mine are just going up. Like, I can list mine for 500 and it's all good.
Yeah.
But then I then get a DM from Blades going, got this, like $120 if you want it. And then I get a message from Slippy Fish. I get a message from Sydney, like Slippery Fish, screenshotted from Blades going, $100 if you want this. And I'm like, well, why is his cheaper than me? No, I refuse to even negotiate with you. So Slippy Fish did all the negotiations, and I bought a more expensive one for Slippy Fish. So he's got a full set of locations as well. So he's got all of Wollongong, which is like a small Australian place, but he's got them all in MFL now.
Yeah.
And he got the Canberra one, and we swapped. But yeah, I was like, you offered it to him for 100, but you offered it for me for more. So no, I'm not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
But got there in the end. But yeah, dealing. It was an interesting experience, is how I'll put it nice.
Remember, there was a $60 Stone Quito club that was posted last night. I tagged Taggart. I should have tagged you.
Oh my word! Is there actually?
There was.
There was. Oh, it's gone. Yeah. Probably probably one of the other licenses I'd get, probably just because of its, you know, its lore and its heritage as a location within an MFL. Which, to be fair, if people don't know or they've played in the last year, they won't know sort of, you know, just sort of the unofficial official capital of MFL. One of the people who was one of the leads of the cult, we'll call it, was Bosco, who, you know, for whatever reason has departed MFL, never to be seen again, just vanished apparently from this whole world with no one able to get hold of him. I think at one point
waiting for internationals.
Yeah, he did.
He got tired of waiting.
Tired of putting wed internationals in, bless him. And he went onto Google Maps, and I think he even created like a pin or a point of interest where if you typed in key, whatever his I can't remember what his name of his keto license was now. I've got a hoodie of it somewhere, literally in a box down here. You could type it into keto if you're on their Google Maps, and it would zoom you into like a random sort of dirt pitch on the outskirts of Quito with his license there. And I thought that's really cool. That's really neat. It's probably one of the few places you can do it. But yeah, keep the Norwich ones. And as Dan says in chat, there's something different about having a club and location you care about. You sort of just want to win with it more. And we see that throughout the pyramid with like remember seasons ago, people going, "Oh, this team in Flint or Spark is so OP," and you realize it's Bob with all these old guys who are like triple the overall, that really should be in that division, not triple, like double or so. And then you've got Dio's team, which is now going to be in Plat, but that should be, but that then Gold ran away with it because he stacked it. We've all stacked. We've all stacked clubs at some point that we have close connections with the location wise.
Leonard had messaged me yesterday saying, "Hey, I got a friend that wants to join MFL, but he only wants to join with 4 York license. Would you by chance consider selling it?"
Is that Yorkie?
Yeah. So I was like, I wouldn't, besides the fact that you're saying it's a friend of yours that wants to join. I sold it for 80, but I said, if he ever decides he doesn't like the game, I want it back for the same price.
Straight away back. Yeah.
That was kind of the deal. Yeah. And so he got his club through the club program and then sent me that club along with $20 for York. And that way
nice, yeah.
He could still get his $20 referral bonus. Really, it still cost him just the 80.
Yeah.
So,
The problem is if it's a niche license that only matters to you, if you get it high up the pyramid and then decide you want to cash it in, you're screwed because no one else wants it.
Yeah, it works that way as well.
Depends on location.
Location is a pain in the arse, or it's great.
It was the case for me with Aberdeen. I got them from Spark up to Bronze. Thought I'll cash it in because I've got another 2 Aberdeen licenses that I want to promote. Nobody wanted to buy it. I ended up selling it.
What do you mean, though? What do you mean there's such a small demand for Aberdeen, is there? No, I wouldn't have thought that.
Brutal.
I
know.
I did go through some of that myself where I'm like, okay, I'm trying to shift what clubs, and maybe I don't know if this could be shifting into the question for myself too, there, Hamez, but my goal long term is to move the clubs up that I care about, plus being a U.S. citizen, I guess. There's a bunch of U.S. citizens that I want to do, a bunch of U.S. countries I want to, clubs I want to see promote up the pyramid. And so like focusing on those plus Norwich and Edinburgh for you, Hamez. And,
right, hang on. I've been told I need to comment on this. Can we go Norwich? There we go. That's better.
Really? W.
It's not which. Yeah,
I'll never type it out.
Yeah. No. I've seen people like when I've done podcast questions before for When Dirt, they've been like, "Oh, how are they going to pronounce this or say this?" I was like, "Right, people have noticed it. I'm gonna have to step in here."
So it's like porridge, but Norwich.
Yeah.
To be fair, we would butcher loads of American places as well. So it's
but most of them are just British names anyway, no?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Ooh.
Plymouth, Birmingham.
And just stick new in front of it, and then this.
Yeah. I spend most of my time for work in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and so we sold Carlisle definitely probably from you guys out there.
That is a shithole in England, but
it's probably nicer here.
Yeah, it's like we've got a Boston and Lincolnshire, and there's also like a California as well. And it's like, oh yeah, where do you live in the UK? Oh, Boston or California. And then that must be, that's a nice place in America, isn't it? Must be nice over in England. No, absolute dumpster dive. No, don't want to go near there.
Yeah, we have a York 20 minutes south from me. Yeah, it's
York is nice. York is nice in England though. York is a very nice place.
York's lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my goal is to progress the clubs up the pyramid that I want to see do well. But I think along with that will come the fact that they do have some retained value as well, just from popularity. I do have a bone to pick a little bit with the licenses locations that have come out in the US. Like there are some cities I've never heard of. And then there's other times where, like in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg's our capital. In central Pennsylvania, I live 10 minutes away. but they have a few different remote cities in Pennsylvania in the system, like Erie, Pennsylvania, or Altoona, which I don't know where they came from, but they won't put in Harrisburg or Hershey for Hershey Chocolate Bar. Two places near me. But anyway, yeah, overall, I think I see myself really kind of segmenting my agency into like really two distinct areas where I'm going to have clubs that are kind of in the top 5 or so leagues long term, but then a bunch that are down below. Like I don't see myself carrying a whole lot of uncommon players as time goes on. Like if you look at my agency, most of my uncommons are in that high 20s, low 30s range because I've had them forever, but I don't see the value in them right now. As far as the MFL they're returning, that could change in time, but I don't see myself ever getting to Diamond naturally. As far as promoting clubs, I just don't know if I'll have the players to do that. I think I have not hit that W button. I have not withdrawn any money to a point. But that's just me waiting for what I think will be the World Cup boom, as I've mentioned before. And so I don't really want to pull anything out before I feel like it reaches maximum value here in a few months. And so I've always just traded in my MFL for players to try to build the agency. And then I think once the World Cup comes, I see myself trying to like both redeem for common players to kind of fill in my agency, but then from there also maybe selling maybe a few $100s worth of packs a season and try to make that kind of be a way to kind of recoup my investment. Probably shouldn't use the term investment, but recoup my input into the game. So not financial advice.
Well done.
So yeah, I think long term, I see myself with like 5 to 10 teams that are maybe iron and higher, and then a bunch that are like ice and below. But we'll see kind of how that fizzles out here in the next few seasons with retirements coming in grander scale.
Question in chat for you, Hamez from Root.
Nope. I thought you were gonna like ask me.
Yeah, I thought so as well. He just said, "Oh,
I
just
was
the question."
until my cat distracted me.
Is the cat going to read it for us, Kev?
Well, he just says, "Question: is this called the good, the bad, the ugly? Who are the other two people?"
The bottle job.
What, the bottle job and the whale? I mean, to be fair, I'm fine with the names. I'm fine with the name. It got named when I was sleeping.
I'll have to say something here that I had to try so hard to say the name when I did the intro because there's a really nice like farm shop. There's a great breakfast called the Good, the Bad, and the Good, the Bad, and the Hungry. And I had to try so hard to be like, "Oh, welcome to the Good, Bad, and the Ugly, not and the Hungry," because you guys would be like, "What? Why are you saying the Hungry for?" Because it's a really nice cafe not too far from me called the Good, Bad, and the Hungry. Does great full English breakfast. That's all I can sort of think in my head when I see this is basically full English breakfast. And I realize it's 5 guys talking on a screen. It's not full English.
Speaking of, well, I don't know why I've linked that in my brain, but I just thought about the MFL meetup. Are you excited for that? Well, Jimbo, you're the only one going, but yeah.
I'm very excited. But also, naturally because I'm sort of like headhunting the organizing of it. It's kind of it's kind of stressful in that sense as well. Just sort of pulling everyone together and making sure things are booked and except I think there's about 21 of us or so. It looks like about 15, 16 of us will be going to a football match beforehand before the sort of the evening meet on the Saturday. So we'll go to the football game. We'll then travel down to the venue. We've then got 4 hours in sort of a pub on the south side of London, not too far from the Shard, like a pub, and has like a private sort of room and downstairs, which we've got for 4 hours, I think it is, and it has a bar and stuff. So I really look forward to that, and I think quite a few people are going there from Friday to Monday. So even though it's only sort of like the meet itself is on the Saturday, people around for the Friday, we can go have some food and just sort of have the first meetup, and then on the Sunday you've got the Merseyside derby and Man City Arsenal. We can go to like a bar and watch that. sort of thing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Or there'll be one of those where, from an organizational point of view, I'll be glad when it's done. I'll be like, oh, that all went really well. Or
Sounds fun.
Horrendously. But yeah, it's going to be good, and hopefully, and I think Root said earlier, York will be the location for the North MFL meet, and I hope it does sort of spur on these maybe mini meets across the country where we've now met each other. So if you say, someone says, I'm in London or I'm in Manchester for this week, and you want to meet up, it all just gets those faces recognized with each other, and then you've actually got something to talk MFL to about, rather than just on a screen or on Discord. You can actually pull up your phone and start talking about it in person.
I love that you class York as north, where I am right
York
now.
York is south. York is very south.
Get the foot, you Scottish bellends. It's north. It's north. It's north for me. Anything. Well, I'm East Anglia. Big up. But
yeah, York south for me. Big time south.
Yeah. Although actually, if anyone lives south of Birmingham, they're actually more south than me. Which, trying to tell someone who lives south of Birmingham they're more of a southerner than me in Norwich doesn't go down well with them. But yeah,
I think we're doing an Edinburgh one when Hamez comes back, though, with Hoodwink and maybe Amrezy if he's around at the same time.
And then I think Bruce is likely to come up for it.
That'll be cool.
And then
I'll get the sleeper train. I'll get the sleeper train up. That's what I'll do.
Rory messaged. I messaged Rory about it, and he went, just keep him informed. So Rory might fly over.
I might get a decent wee gathering then. Get Jimbo up in the train.
Yeah, I'll get a train, and then I'll fly back to Norwich Airport. I don't know. I want to get a train back. I'll just get the private jet.
Are you planning to do like a vlog or any kind of pod, like a little? Recording going.
Well, I've thought about it. It's going to be with everything sort of going on. It might be difficult for me to do a vlog because I'll be sort of here and there and having that sort of role within the meet. But
we'll do it at Hooter's house.
But if I've got up to one to like Edinburgh or something, I'd love to do sort of a piece of content around that. That'd be really fun. But I think for this one, probably just sort of, it's more about sort of, I don't want to be there like, oh, nice to meet you. Do you want to be in the vlog? That's not quite the first impression I want to do, and sort of don't want people to feel uncomfortable and whatnot. So, but yeah, I know people enjoyed the Paris one, and that was a lot of fun, and that felt sort of like an apt event to do it at, because it was sort of like the first one MFL did. But yeah, we'll see around content. But
just looking at chat. So happy birthday to Hoodwink's Mrs. Laura, who is 40 tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
As in on Sunday, or because it's Saturday morning, so
it's tomorrow, Saturday.
I love the way he puts any chance of a shout out. It's like it's on the radio. Like, shout out to Laura, 40th birthday tomorrow. Have a cracking day from everyone here of the good, bad, and the ugly. Then crack the music back on as it goes to sort of, something else.
So it's a birthday today, not tomorrow.
No, tomorrow for us.
Look at me in Australia in the future.
I like future boy.
Yeah, Jimbo, if you come up for the Edinburgh one, if Bruce decides to go to a hotel, I can house you up, so you have free accommodation.
Can I run a bath without fear of destroying you downstairs?
Yeah, because the leak's been fixed.
I was really worried how that sentence was going to end. Can I run a bath without fear of?
No, don't worry. There's a window looking into the bathroom.
Oh, perfect. Is it like one of those sort of like misted ones, or can people just sort of see?
No, it's like one of these modern, like the modern like hotel room that you see, and there's like the window. Like the guy's always sitting on the back. Like, I always get Instagrams of like the wife being like the husband has chosen the hotel.
Oh,
and the husband's sitting on the bed looking in the bathroom, and the wife's like standing in the shower, and it's like the husband's just like sitting looking at her. Yeah. But yeah, like that'd be free accommodation, so you wouldn't have to worry about hotels, because Edinburgh's a flipping scam for hotels.
Oh yes. That's why I stay next to Hoodwink when I'm down there. I just stay in Livingston. It's cheap as hell.
Yeah, but then
It's literally 2
the
minutes away.
next question for the two of you: if you were the MFL CEO for the day, what would you change or prioritize? Because this is Jimbo's favorite question.
I would add live tables to the match experience, along with just adding when a match is going on, or when it's loading up, where you've got. I've said this so many times. When you've got the recent 5 results, just put the league position and the amount of points. Sid's.
Yeah, he pinged my message just to say he was out for a minute.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I think there's just a couple of, small things like that. Also, I'd ban 5 of the back formations, immediate penalty. So if you win a match, you only get 2 points rather than 3. I think that's how it should work, as a sort of a way of, penalizing people for being silly, and for having to, put your opponent through the boredom of playing against a 5 at the back. So I think that's some of the things that I would do, which I think are perfectly acceptable, and I know some people in the community will back that.
Well, Dan's got a question to add on to your comment there, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Would you get more points across the season using the 5 at the back than you would the 3-5-2B?
Would they still get more? It depends. 3-5-2B can be quite a vulnerable formation. However, like I said earlier, I would rather lose than play 5 at the back, basically. So that says everything. So if anyone wants to loan me any clubs, give me a 5 at the back. You got an instant relegation right there.
You probably get more draws. 5 at the back. I've noticed some clubs that I feel like should be good enough to promote, but they keep getting 1 point opposed to 3, or 0. Like the 1 point for a draw really hurts the 5 at the back formation, in my opinion. But you may say good, but
or I think maybe we should do what they've done in like the Japanese league for like their small one, where if it's a draw at 90 minutes, just go straight to pens, and then whoever wins the penalty shootout gets like 2 points or something, isn't it? They've got this little celebratory mini season before the World Cup. If we need to extend it or do some event that could be like cool, as people will know we did the breakaway league before the alpha seasons merged into season 1, and that was like you played each other twice or once or something like that. Well, that actually was looking back at some of the alpha season where Diamond was only like 7 clubs. It's like, how sad must have been only playing 12 games a season. I won Diamond. Yeah, you won 7 games out of a possible 12. It doesn't feel like, there's not many teams in there. You might be right, Paul Dollar Club. You might be right. I've only just sort of seen it actually as a in the J League recently. But yeah, there's some of the things that I would do, and let us do little like Rocket League preset messages and emotes when things happen in the game, because if someone misses a pen, you better believe I'm spamming nice shot to them just to try and get them rattled. Just small things like that. They'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Does chat get disabled after you send what a save?
Yeah, chat gets disabled. Yeah, chat gets disabled. And then when you try and join, like, do it too many times, you have been banned from using emotes and quick chat for the rest of the season or something like that. IMFF get involved. No, there's always all those small things, but a live tables would be great. I understand why it's difficult, but also just sort of adding, like the league position and how many points a team is on in that match viewer, because I think particularly the last game of the season, that really adds context to the match. You see these 2 games and you actually, you see a match, you've got 2 teams, but without constantly flicking back to the table, you don't understand what's the context and things like that. Or how we have at the bottom of the screen right now, you've got the floating banner saying buy a club pack, get $20 cash back. Maybe when you're watching a match, all the games in your league, and it has sort of like a live update scoring of it. So you can see it a bit like in, Sky Sports or something along those lines. Sort of live match update. Sort of may not be a massive thing, but from a quality of life and flavor enhancement, all this additional flavor, I think it'd be quite cool. And I'm going to go get a drink.
Just to change subject again, SR Monkey's saying he'll fly up to Scotland if we want to give him dates. So there you go.
That'd be, yeah. I mean, I assume it'll be like June, July. So we would have to recommend shorts, trousers, waterproofs, and sun clothes because you don't know what you're going to get in July. Like it
Are
could be wet,
you
it could be dry.
are you coming back permanently, or are you just over here until you get another
Well,
visa sorted? Or
It'll be over like back for a couple, like ideally couple years, and then I'll be looking to leave for good because
ah,
yeah, it's just like I had a chat with Palmer yesterday for like 4 hours, and he was talking about like how depressing it is, like weather-wise, down where he is. Like, and he's so like he's southern to us, and I'm like, well, just think about it. Just think about it. If you're depressed by how bad your weather is, we're higher north than you. We get worse. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And Ruth's asking, what about your missus? Is she coming over with you?
yeah. But she is Australian, so it's easy enough to get over here. But she's dual citizen, so it's easy to get back to
Ah,
Britain.
nice. So you're the
she's
illegal
she's-
alien.
Yeah, I'm the one that piggybacked off her passport. But
I'm going to do a Jimbo and run for a drink. It is a drink this time as well.
yeah, but the next question, well, actually, this is a somewhat new. It's new for this season, but we can let Trust kind of lead it. But it's the Trust the Process graveyards.
Yeah, this I am excited to roll out. I actually had to rebrand anyway, so I rebranded 2 clubs as Trust the Process Graveyards. There's one in Spark, one in Flint. Bob's running one in Spark because he felt like it'd be fun to try out. Basically, it's just all players in their last season, and so we'll see if that's possible to run, or if they end up depleting too much energy. Maybe at the end of the day it'll be reflective of their physical, if that'll be an issue as far as their ability to kind of recoup fast enough. But yeah, I figured why not have the clubs to do it, see what happens. If they get relegated, so what? And the Flint one can't get relegated. They're gonna get last place anyway. So that would be fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just make use of the players, give them a proper send off.
Yeah, it would be more efficient if they actually were just backups for other players that I want to play more instead of having them all play at some point. But I think it'll be just more fun to see if this is possible. We'll see if we keep it going. But yeah, I am bummed staff leagues are done. That's the answer to that. One thing I would change. I think I'd bring those back. But
yeah,
doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. I would also love if they said, hey, this player just retired, going along the graveyard theme. This player just now retired. This was their potential. And you can see how you did. Like, I think at that point, there's no harm in knowing that answer. So I'd be curious. So we can also all celebrate each other or roast each other for messing up someone's career. That could be a whole separate channel, right? Yeah.
Finding out like the 37 common that you've just binned off had a potential of like 98. You'd be like, you'd be
only when they're retired. Yeah, not binned off. Yeah.
But well, then the last part of the like sections, the rare pack opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to share your screen. I'm gonna have to grab it and like include it in it. But if you just quickly, there should be a button at the bottom of your screen where you can like a big TV and you can share it. Not share the TV, but you know. And then I'll have to do.
He said Jimbo missed it, so he'll give us a rare pack.
Whoa, that is what is going on there. All right.
Right,
did that happen everyone, or was that just me?
No, that was. Hang on, I've got to grab. I'm grabbing this link quickly. This might work. This might be. So this goes. Hang on. Right, give me 1 sec, Trust. I'm going to put it on the screen for everyone to see.
Stream. I had these issues whenever the couple times I've streamed live.
Do you have any monster progressors, Trust? You must have some.
Can you see my agency right now, or is it still?
Yeah. Hang on.
We can see it.
The stream. These guys can see it, but the stream can't.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.
The stream
can see it now. The stream can see it now.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So it's funny because I always talked about these top two guys because they were the Rockets, right? Like they took off fast and then flattened. And like again, this is the sad guy who this was like the OG. Like MFL had posted about him going +2 so quickly in the first real season. But like Leon is someone that I haven't really talked about, but it's because he's been so like steady throughout his career. He's been my biggest progressor so far. So last season was actually pretty disappointing. I think my highest was like +8, +10, something like that. And so I heard for all the commons I bought, I'm just hoping that they have a little bit later potential. But anyway, I guess while I'm sharing, this is one of the graveyard teams. And so this is the one that I'm going to run. And then there's also the one, yes, this is going to be a long scroll, that Bob is, this is the one that Bob's doing. So gave him a little bit more talent in there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes if it's possible. I didn't really actually take notes about this morning of physical.
So this is the first time you're doing this. You've not done the previous seasons. Okay.
The physicals are pretty trash too.
So. What formations are you running? I don't know if you said that.
And so this is the one I sent Bob. I really didn't have many left mid, right mids that had retirement symbols, and this one right mid that does is a better striker anyway because it's 69 shooting, and so it's gonna be largely 4-2-2-2. Actually, we'll step away from the text here. He's already been using it. Look at that. He's already done some friendlies with it.
Friendlies are fine because you don't lose fatigue. I think that's gonna be really interesting to see, particularly in the mid-season. I wonder if particularly those, if you've got 3 players for 2 positions, like 2 up top and you've got 3 strikers, I reckon that's going to be an absolute nightmare. I found it bad enough with Zine and another lad, Ferenc, with BFC Barca, having 2 strikers, one on the final season, and then fortunately Zine had 99 physicals, like the perfect striker to combo. But whenever I'd played 2 striker, I was like, Zion, you've got to hold out for at least 3 matches here, mate, because I can't play this other lad until. So that was probably something which, in hindsight, should have changed. But
ooh, a rare pack.
Yeah, I figured I got this. So I got one of the 30 packs available, and so I figured I'd just save it for today's stream, just for fun.
Nice.
What's the sport with the bean bags you play again? What's it called?
Cornhole.
Cornhole.
I play more disc golf actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you got to go play some cornhole later? Because that was obviously the infamous line from last time you got a Lego was, quickly get me on stream. I've got to go play cornhole.
No, it was, this time I've disc golf tomorrow, but no, there's no urgency this time. All right. Okay, cool. We guessed right. We'll just blindly click the last one.
Welcome back, Sid.
So Sid, Trust got a rare pack to drop.
Aye.
Ooh.
Nice.
65 as well. Nice. That is the honkiest. I mean, it's an uncommon, right? It's uncommon. It's better than limited or common, but that is, everyone goes, oh, I'm going to get a 65 rated 28-year-old. You have.
I've done it. It's not a goalkeeper, but.
Fragile overpay, though. Fragile overpay. So.
I was going to say, the only positive is him being an Italian.
This one will be a banger. There you go. 21.
One trick pony? Oh, not quite.
Really? Quite nice.
Great age. When you take that,
we'll definitely take that.
That's a banger.
That's a banger. 6-1 and right back. Nice.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
That
was fun.
Yeah.
Jimbo would say I'm better.
Agency to get those guys into teams.
That's like 2 nights worth of shifting players around.
Nice. One quick shout out to Harry. So it looks like he's got his first club up and running. So just got one of his loan offers come in as well. I don't know, Hamez, if you were part of the pack opening or the club pack opening earlier.
No, he done it. He done it on the Queenie's deadline show, which is 2 a.m. So, I was not there. I was not there for it. But so I've already sent him like the swearing emoji because he told me it was going to be in a few hours. So, that's another
He's in the
They'll be
chat. He's
running
in the
on-
YouTube chat. He's in the YouTube chat.
Yes.
Here he is,
Um,
Mr. Trades.
Yeah, so I think Sid's already been sliding in the DMs to get him on one of the shows. So, you know, we're getting in there first, after Laird, I suppose, heading up those DMs. But I mean, Sid, are you wanting to do your manager segment?
Oh, sure. So this week's match on MFL manager with IRL manager section. So this is, we didn't want to just go with our current managers who are like top of the pile. So we wanted to pick a classic one and see who among our MFL community is the closest when it comes to his profile. So this week's pick, Jimbo, I don't know if you have the picture available. Do you want to?
I've not got.
Maybe not. Okay, that's fine.
I can.
So this week's manager that we have is Alan Kirbishley.
I'll bring up a picture and put it on the screen. Chat, the viewers will be able to see it, but we won't be able to see it. I'll just plonk it on front of the screen, basically.
So it's going to be a real test of who actually knows who he is.
Exactly. So he's not currently active as a manager. So he has managed Charlton Athletic for 15 years. So he was in charge from 1991 to 2006, managed close to 700 games, and he had a brief successful period at West Ham as well. But most of his career was just Charlton, building up the club. I believe he has one piece of silverware, which I couldn't confirm. It might be his promotion from Championship into Premier League. But he's notable for building sustained long-term success with smaller clubs. So he's mostly a one-club man, managed within England. Not known for winning silverware, but just long-term planning, squad building, etc. So that's his profile. And I'll open up to you guys. Who do you guys think is the closest when it comes to Alan Kirbishley from within the MFL community?
Jimbo, who do you think?
I mean, I was looking at his career, right, and I was trying to think of someone who's like managed one team for a bit, got them into the top division, and then sort of, you know, I was thinking maybe then no longer manages that team, and that team is now sort of cascading back down, singing a chart and going up, and then they sort of had a little bit of a downfall. I was thinking slightly of someone like Brian, where taking Sao Paulo up to Diamond, and then as soon as Sao Paulo is no longer managed by Brian, seemingly having a catastrophic season, not, you know, probably no, well, I can say fault of their own, and then could almost cascade down. And I was trying to find out when Brian, I don't know his history with Sao Paulo, because I think when looking at the purchasing of it, it was sort of like May time last year. I'm not sure how did he manage it throughout that whole time since May. I don't know if one of you guys might be able to tell me if he did. Because if he did, then I think that kind of fits in terms of the longevity piece of managing a license. But that's probably who I go for also. But what Big Will says in chat is also quite right with Joe B, which I hadn't thought of him really. And probably maybe even fits the profile better from perspective of someone who's, you know, not managing currently. You know, Joe B's out of the game, but I'd probably say Brian. But I do like Big Will shout of Joe B actually.
Joe B was my kind of launch pad into Diamond. I think he was selling up right when I got promoted. So I think about 4 or 5 players that I purchased right after I got into Diamond was from Joe B. Right, Kev? What do you think is your closest?
I would say Bill, who was in with Napoli in Diamond last season.
Sure.
I can't remember what his Discord name is. He's got a different name, hasn't he?
Bucks for
Bucks for
life.
life. or
Yeah,
something?
Bucks for life. Yeah, it's Bucks. Yeah.
Loves a 5 at the back. Sound defensively. Was in Diamond briefly. Fits the profile.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for someone non-diamond sort of related, but he is a content creator, so you all know him. It's your boy, Mr. Amreezy, because Amreezy starts off with he starts off with what he's not expanded very much. He only manages clubs in one nation, because he only does Mexican, and he is building a sustainable sort of system, and sort of small not like smaller clubs kind of works because he isn't at the high divisions. He is lower down, but he is now looking to manage clubs. Like he is getting a bit higher because of delegation.
And he's won more than Kerbishley already, which is good.
Yeah.
Blades agrees with me on the bill shout, apparently. There you go.
Trust anyone from you that you can think of?
I feel like getting Trust to figure out who to relate Alan Kerbishley to someone
Yes, he's been
NFL.
running his algorithms.
I strategically abstained from this question last time I was on. I really don't follow English football, and so or really just European football in general. And so I feel like I would be deferring to your guys' opinion for this one. But if you combine what Jimbo said along with, I forget who said about the 5 in the back. Was that you, Hamez? I was like, that sounded like Brian. The stay with Sao Paulo and Diamond wasn't too long for him owning his own club there, but definitely a smaller location.
Mr. Alan Kerbishley is currently starring in the UK on Uber Eats ads. Have you seen them, Jimbo?
No, I've not. What, very recently? Or
Yeah. He's in with Big Sam and all the other managers.
I'll have to go give that a watch.
That's
Usually,
funny.
if they're all together, it's quite a good laugh, isn't it?
Big Sam, Alan Pardew's in them. Yeah, it's funny. They get phone calls to take jobs and they're like, nah, let's just get an Uber Eats instead.
So he's a mix of Brian, Bill, and Amreezy as a combo. Yeah.
3 very different guys, I would imagine.
Yeah. And then the last bit on this, Jimbo, I don't know if you watched last week, but you might have got called Arteta by.
No, I did watch. I had it on the side, and I had to go back because I saw you guys talking like, "Oh, what's your reaction to that, Jimbo?" So I had to go back and listen to that bit again. And I heard the Arteta shouts. I mean, it's kind of it kind of makes sense. You think about someone who I guess all from the bottle piece. Maybe Arteta does it for the content as well. Maybe he does it for the, he just wants to keep the title race lively and not like Pep and just sort of wash out with it one season. So no, I think it's a just comparison. And to be fair, there are a lot of other managers you could have compared me to that would have been an insult. To be compared to Arteta, I think is probably, as much as it's a bottle job insult, I think it's a little bit of a compliment as well. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, who would you compare Dan LFC to?
Dan LFC, I would compare him to. Let's think. Who would I compare him to? I was
And it'll be Will Trust know the manager you're about to say.
Well,
no.
if he does, well, I mean, he does quite enjoy 5 at the back. He's played it twice with the Wendurk team. Supposedly, I don't know if he actually did play 5 at the back or not. Just rumors have circulated that he did play 5 at the back. I think I just want to pick a random name here that's just got no relevance to Dan, just to see what Trust's reaction is like. I can't think of his name. What is Steve? Oh my word! What is his name?
Coppell?
No, he managed Rotherham for a bit recently. What is his name?
Oh, Jones.
Is it?
Isn't it Steve Jones?
I'm gonna have to give me a minute, and I'll come back to you on this one. I need to figure out his name.
Jobs?
He's a character. He's funny.
I was going to say Steve Evans. Yeah, Solid Lars got it.
He is Steve Evans, yeah.
It's a little clip of him when he's running. he sort of runs a bit to the side, a bit like to the side. He's actually lost a lot of weight now, I think, hasn't he? I think he used to be quite a big bloke, and now he's lost quite a bit of weight, I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was going to say Liam Manning for really boring football, but I think, given that he's currently on gardening leave for personal matters, I don't think that's quite a sensible one to pop up. But otherwise, I'd say Liam Manning.
So you've compared him to a 30-stone manager. Calling him fat. I see how it is.
Does he want me to? Did he want to be compared to a top manager as well? Should we just go
No,
Xabi Alonso? We'll go Alonso then, Dan. We'll go that. I mean, I have also got to remember this guy is my sporting director as well, so I have got to to be sensible here, that I don't end up sort of shooting myself in the foot.
And then the last thing I've kind of got is the dev updates. I don't know if anyone's read the dev updates or whatever. Because I mean, I can read them now because they came out just before I woke up.
Actually, before you do that, can I just say to people in the Twitch and the YouTube chat, put !raffle in the chat, and then a bit we'll do a duck race. Just let them have a bit of excitement, a bit of suspense, a bit of hype, because they're eager. Finally people they've only turned up to this When Dirk one because they know there might be an ! raffle involved. About time, says Blades. Go on, Hamez. You can read out dev updates now.
But yeah, it's mainly about a patch update that Kev's going to be fuming that the engine has changed after all his testing.
No, I don't mind.
And then stuff about the curling that came out for some reason that came out at 7 p.m. yesterday, or on the 1st, whenever it was, came out quite late in the night, which was a bit strange. But they're claiming it was April Fool's, but that has to be before 12 o'clock in the morning, has to be before lunchtime, and it came out quite late. So, there's bad luck on their end.
Can I just interrupt? Can everyone redo their ! raffle in both Twitch and YouTube? Sorry, just because I forgot to bring up the website to actually acknowledge those messages. Sorry, I apologize. It would have been funny. There's only 2 of you have entered. Oh, silly.
You see,
I just want to get chat flow. I'm just getting chat flow, and it just it feels like we've got sort of 10,000 people actually watching because chat is just flying by. This is what I'm trying to get at here. Let's get Alan Kirby off the screen as well. There you go.
And then they're still working on the UI. Which do you reckon we get the UI for the World Cup?
Oh yeah. I think we do. Yeah. I mean, I think it was who asked a question. I think it was. And there's logo creations, or someone asked a question about something, and Yax was like, we'll get onto it after we've done the UI stuff because they are fully focused on that at the moment. And by him saying we can't do something because we're doing UI instead makes me believe that they are fully focused onto that full speed.
Because could be quite good for it's for the World Cup push, bringing out the new UI and new website and everything. Seems like it's probably what they're aiming for.
End of season 13, will we be in the World Cup vicinity, or will it be more like season 14?
A couple weeks after this season, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of like, and
I think we're 8 weeks away from it.
When does did it start earlier because of its size now? Because we've got the bigger.
It must be
capacity.
The June
11th is game 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, what date, Sid?
June 11th.
June 11th. That sounds like pretty reasonable.
Yeah, all the
Brazil
Scotland games on
smack
are.
Scotland. Sorry, gents. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Don't worry,
You
we'll
never
end up
know.
losing to like whoever we've got. We've got Croatia first, I think. We'll end up winning that, getting too cocky, then end up losing against Ghana and who have we got the other one? I can't remember who we've got now.
England.
Well,
Yeah. Croatia, England, Ghana, and who's the fourth one?
I feel like it's
Probably some absolute minnow because they always get lucky draws.
yeah, it's probably like
I mean,
Curacao,
that's
something like
the
that.
that's the group that I got a ticket for in Philly as well. Can't remember who the fourth team is.
it's actually perfect the way it's worked for Scotland because we play Haiti first and then Morocco. Morocco is the big game. If we get 6 points, Brazil's a free hit anyway.
You can just fully rotate for fatigue reasons, can't you? If it's a
Totally.
free hit.
The fourth
But
one is
Morocco's
Panama.
tough.
Yeah, Panama. Yeah. So I'll be supporting Panama because they've got a Norwich centre back, you see. So I want to see that progression kicking in. I want to see him come back to Norwich, without injuries and a bit of progression. A bit of extra XP, really, isn't it? Sort of like the Masters and that. It's a bit of opportunity for extra XP for some of these players.
So you're managing Panama in the World Cup tournament then?
After France, if I get allowed to manage France, that's my priority. But yeah, Panama's my second choice. Yeah.
Just so you can bottle France and no one will think anything of it.
No, I wouldn't dare do such a thing, Kev. Wouldn't dare such a thing. I will learn from those who have made the mistakes over the next couple of seasons and have been given points deductions and sanctions against them. I will learn from them and learn not to do those things, and then we'll just silently, tank France.
Love it.
The fixes for the engine seems really promising. I think from all the preseason testing that we are looking at, I think there were quite a high number of red cards, that too early in the game as well. So it looks like that's been reduced, and also improved defensive impact because a lot of high-scoring games again in friendlies was seeing a lot of 7-4, 6-3 score lines. So hopefully that is addressed. But on to you, Kev, for the next shift for the next couple of days at least.
Yeah, well, I'm the one needing the 4-day break now. So, but yeah, I mean, well, I've played a few games on the new engine, and nothing I had set up works, so that's fun. I'll just need to start again.
Yeah, but when the season kicks off, the new engine kicks in, Kev. You'll be all right. It's all you don't care about the preseason results. It's all about the meaningful ones. You could lose all the preseason, but if you win that first game of the season, we're back.
True.
And is this the engine that's going to be used for the preseason tourneys as well?
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
This is my first time doing any of these preseason tourneys. I've always just been too busy setting my teams up.
Surely they're like the perfect way for you to just farm MFL because you could just populate. Oh no, unless they're one per manager, and yeah, maybe not. I was gonna say, you could just, if they opened it up and they disallowed that rule to fill them more, you could just bring all your clubs in and register them, and then you could be like, oh, would you look at that? Trust us one again. Oh, because the whole knockout is a TTP side. You missed a trick there. You missed a trick. You've missed a trick. When it's not
I think
one
I have a
club
team
per
in
manager.
every band for each one of the community things except for one because it filled up too quick. And so I am everywhere.
Because I was only allowed to enter the Ramble instead of one of my teams, and obviously Toby's managing that. So, yeah, that's a shame.
Oh, yeah, I have some delegated clubs that are being managed.
Yeah, but you can't enter your teams if the delegated guys get in first.
Yeah.
It's a shame for you. But
yeah, I came across that with, I think Rory put in Dublin when I was putting in another club, but I was totally fine because it's very similar ranking, so I didn't care that he was already in there. But I was like, what do you mean I already have a club in here? I didn't know I did. And that's when I learned that he was already in there. And I think one was already filled, and I was like, dang, I didn't get Philly B in there for Bruce, and Bruce had already registered. I was like, sweet, he's on top of it.
They should bring back the cash tournaments. They were a lot of fun. I know Bob and Sid did very well out of them as well. So
I thought they might. I thought they might do that for like the World Cup competition. Almost have a Masters and a Classic version where you have to qualify for the World Cup if you get in, there's cash prizes, and if you don't manage to qualify for the World Cup, there's still like a classic version of the World Cup where you might win MFL, but I mean slightly more than the classic the last time, because I won a tier 3 classic and got 600 and something MFL, and I was like, my Iron Squad won me a common pack, and I was like, didn't quite feel like
it wasn't.
felt like they could have been slightly more generous.
I won one of the lowest classics. I think I got 50 MFL or something for winning the tournament. So yeah, that was worrying. I liked someone's idea when they said that the classic should have been on the experimental engine and the money should have been as it was. I thought it was really cool.
I just love the wheel spins. That's all
that was fun. Yeah.
I do think, I mean, we talked about this briefly last time. I think we were off air. For the World Cup, I'd love to see international clubs get pack dropped opposed to any other way of this being organized. And so if you've, just like they did, Jimbo, I think you're the only one here for it, where you could buy a club that was either a diamond or a platinum. You didn't know until you opened it.
Yeah.
You can still have different club level tiers for several different World Cups happening. Because I think having international breaks should be a normal thing in MFL at some point. So might as well get the clubs out there now. But I don't know if they would do it.
Yeah, that was how the first 6 tiers of the pyramid, which were only 6 at the time, got distributed. So you had 3 packs: plat, diamond, plat, gold, silver, bronze, iron, and you had a 33% chance of getting the upper division and 66% chance of getting the lower. So you saw the world, the whole animation, and suddenly it then would change color, and you were like, oh, am I gonna get plat or diamond or gold or silver? But yeah, something that'd be really neat.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if there will be an exclusive like World Cup only mode, like Trust mentioned, right? So national licenses, perhaps. Yeah, I don't want to say the other game that's using a sets mode right now, but it is a dedicated mode, all right? So completely off from the pro mode. So something like that with national licenses exclusively just for one season, where you could buy a national team or national team license, plug in your own players, and roll it out for a season maybe. And please, some real IRL like prices would be great. Merch, national team merchandise, maybe. Plenty that they could do. Hopefully, they're working towards it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get like a home kit of the international team or something like that. Yeah, be cool.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like, I messaged Kev about it, like almost trying to see if like one of the members of the team would come on, like almost because like we're live when the dev updates normally come out. So like almost have been quite like one of them could have come on for like 5-10 minutes to give like the teaser, or like drop a teaser when they've kind of, not now, like obviously it's a bit early, but like a way to build hype is like almost drop a little bit of an extended trailer or a slightly more information than on the dev updates on one of the live streams, because we're close enough that like we come out when the dev updates, rather than like the podcasts that come out Monday, Tuesday would be like the info might come out a bit late for that. But I'm not sure how to best get in touch and try and like best get in touch with them and be like, hey, are you willing to drop us a little teaser?
I think you do exactly that. Just literally say, hey, like, you drop a teaser.
I know Yax is in the chat, so we can like pressure Yax, but it would be quite nice to get like a little teaser of maybe something in a couple of weeks or in a week's time.
I mean, now you've said it. Just drop it.
He said basically what we'll do for the World Cup is, and just stopped. There's your teaser.
Yeah, I'm sure we could do that. I'm sure we could get that.
Yeah, the rest of Yax's message just has redacted on it, so I can't see it. But yeah, are you wanting to run this duck race to?
Yeah, I'll run this duck race to see us out. So I'm just gonna have to share my screen. You're gonna see probably a second here until I configure this properly. So you guys have to give me the benefit of the doubt whilst I get this up and running. So people who haven't joined, ! raffle in either YouTube or Twitch. Thank you very much. Let's get this shared. Share. Then we take that link. Beautiful. Plug it into here. Opa.
I'm waiting for the comments that I'm going to win it, although I haven't won in about 45 duck races.
Whoa, there we go. Let's move that down. Before someone says, get your fat heads out the way. Right.
I mean, whilst the duck race is going on, it looks like Jimbo's going to be changing. So.
Oh, you're joking.
Sure, change.
Oh. Right, we'll put it on 3 minutes then to give you guys to have to wait an extra minute compared to usual before you get your rewards. So what I'm going to put up for this, we're going to do first gets limited reward pack, second gets a common reward pack, third gets a common reward pack, and then last gets a common reward pack. So we're going to give away 4 places. There you go. Everyone's supposed to go, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Where's the hype? Where's the hype? And then if Rory decides to give us that rare pack he's promised us seasons ago, then that's what we'll do. Let me just double check I've got everyone in here first. Thank you, chat, for getting in on the hype. That's this is what you're here for.
Throw in 4 common packs from me, Jimbo, as well.
Oh my word. Hang on. Logistical nightmare kicking in. Let's get the race underway first, shall we? That's what we really need to do. Let's get the race underway.
Yeah. Go
can someone give me a number to shuffle by, please?
7.
You've been given 8, 13, 21, or 67.
I'll go 8. Let me put my screen down slightly. 1,
Dan LFC,
2,
4 common for
3,
me.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, lights out and away we go. Duck race is underway.
So that's 5 packs, Jimbo, because Dan's soft and one as well.
Oh, I've not got a pen up
For whoever
here
finishes behind him.
Oh, I've not got a pen.
I'll add to your nightmare, Jimbo. So number 7.
Are we just going to give away to every position? So congrats, guys. You're no, right. Let's
No, you pick, Jimbo. Make it random.
Yeah,
hang on. From Kev, how many are you giving away? Kev? Did you say
I'll
4?
do 4. Dan's doing 1.
So Kev, what position would you like to give yours?
7, 14.
pick 7.
I don't know. You guys can pick the other 2.
21. We got 21. What should we do? One more. I don't remember how many people were in here. I think it was like 35.
Do 22 as well.
22. Okay.
Boom.
Dan said whoever was behind him.
Yeah.
Whoever is behind him. And Sid,
And then
did you
whoever
say?
finishes second has to give us a pack.
Nice. It better be Blades.
So I'll do a limited player pack
Oofed.
for whoever finishes number 9.
Nice.
9th. Okay. We've got first, second, third. But if you're second, you're neutral because what you win, you have to give back to Hamez. We've got first, second, third, last, 7th, 14th, 21st, 22nd. Whoever's behind Dan, and then 9th.
And last, because Root's giving one to last.
Root's giving one to last. We've got double up at last. Whoever finishes last is double in the money. You want to finish last is the way people want to get in there.
Right,
SLD
back
is
in the
asking what position gets Trust's ET rated.
Oh yeah. I think we spin a wheel between us hosts. I think, and we
Yeah. And to be fair, none of you need him, so I'm pretty much going to be the only one on the wheel spin.
What do you mean, mate? What do you mean?
So,
You mean none of
well, I
us?
mean, 80 rated is about Flint and Spark for Sid, so he's not going to need him.
Hey, why does SLD has 2 ducks?
It'll probably be because he's on YouTube as well. The guy was, he was keen.
Well played.
That's nice.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, as they say. I do need to put this screen. There we go. So we've got double ducking. There we go. I'll put the finish line up like that. Just don't check that I have 3, says Palmer. We can't even see the timer. Who's gonna Cerberus? Looks like Cerberus is flying. Cerberus runs down the wing for me. Da, 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 da. Right. Oh, Big Wilb. You win a pack and have to give a pack. We didn't tell you what pack you've got to give away. I wonder what we should make. Yes, we should make Big Will give away a Lego pack. Right. So, Cerberus, you win yourself a limited reward pack. Crikey, limited reward pack. Big Will wins a common reward pack plus donates Lego. Palmer wins common reward pack. You're joking, man. Then we've got 7th position, who finished 7th. Risu, congrats to Risu. That's one from Kev. 9th, Wayne. That's the limited reward pack from Sid. There you go. Wayne to, I want to say Tatos. What have we got next now? We've got to find Dan at some point. We've got 14th. 14th is Dan. What a lucky man. He's somehow come out of this. He's given away a pack, and now he's pack neutral. So 14th is Dan. He gets one from Kev, or you can just tell Kev to give it straight to the Dollar Club. It's up to him. Dan gets one. Dan then gives Paul. Oh, my word. Who is someone all right? Is someone falling in the background there?
That's probably my daughter.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Are they okay? It sounded like someone sort of like fell down the stairs or something. If you've got to go, Sid, then, make sure they're okay. Paul. 21st and 22nd. Malta Travel on YouTube. Remind me, are you E-triple-D 101? Are you Ed? I'm going to have to remind myself what your username is again, please. Malta Travel. I just think it's a travel agency. It's in the YouTube chat. This is Malta Travel. Nathan wins, and then who came last? Bish Bash Bosh. Richie B 76 finishes last, winning himself 2 common reward packs, one from Root and one from myself. Kev, yours go to Risu, Dan, Malta, and Nathan. But I'll give you all the names. I've got them all in the notepad. I'll give you all the names.
Ping it to me.
Yeah. I'll also include my name in that as well, just so. Right, there we go. Thank you, those, for getting involved in the in the duck race. Any last remarks from any of you chaps before when we end? I'm actually going to replay the intro for those who didn't get to experience it. Is the outro?
Yeah.
So those who didn't get the intro, you're going to see how to see it this time for the outro. So
good luck in the preseason cups, everyone.
I've got it in my shirt. I'll do that one.
And then Root's wanting me to advertise it, but there is the Yorkshire TXP are still like I've got their weekend GeoGuessr challenge is now live and ready to go. So the top 3 in the GeoGuessr get put into a snail race. Winner wins a common pack. But it's all, and this week's challenge is all about Andrew Laird. So how well do you know Laird? You can put your knowledge to the test. Jimbo will be sweating it out like he normally does. And
excuse me,
was it? No, what? I said the GeoGuessr on the Yorkshire T. You'll be doing.
I'll complain the fact that someone managed to zoom straight into David Lloyd's and Drayton Road. But
this one's on Laird. The challenge one's on Laird.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It's somewhat challenging. If you know Laird, somewhat easy. If you don't know Laird, it can be challenging. You get 2.5 minutes around.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe.
Yeah, you start off pretty easy, then it gets harder.
Yeah.
A future Goodbye Ugly host as well, Mr. Andrew Laird.
Yeah, that's in a couple of weeks. But we'll keep the guests hidden just now because next week we're on with David. I think it's on a Thursday night because it's my Friday. and it'll be me and Bob with Andrew Q and Slippery Fish. So I think Slippery Fish is making his debut. So
exciting.
From back home in Oz by then.
Yeah. So I will be the only one being up at 10 to 5 to get it all ready. So
oof. Fair play.
Yeah. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Hope it's yeah. Enjoy your weekend.
There you go.
Good luck with your season 13. Next time we are here, I think we would have gone through, I think, the second match day. So good luck, everyone.
Well, yeah, the next time, because I think you and Kev are not doing next week. Or...
Taking a wee sabbatical, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, fair play.
So the next time you back, yeah, we'll be decently through the season.
I'd just like to say on behalf of myself and Wendirk, even though Calver, I say on behalf of Wendirk, it's Calver as well. He's in our thoughts too. Thank you for letting me host this this evening. It's been a lot of fun. If you want me to do it again at any point, just let me know. Although I will have to get in paper or in writing, please, that we can start on time.
I mean, I was here.
No, you were. There was a bit of technical on my side, but no, it's been great to host. Thank you,
Jimbo. For full transparency, I was watching you half an hour early.
That's fair enough. I appreciate that. You could maybe
contact for that one.
I'll take the blame, but it's hollow blame. Let's go with that.
But before I do have to shout out people who just subscribed to the channel today. Zuta, thank you for 17 months or 17, 18, one of the two. Unreal, year and a half basically. Root obviously subbed. Clarino, then Root dropped 10 gifted subs. Root, thank you, man. It means a lot. Love that from you. Right, there's nothing else. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow. Dan, honestly, mate, don't take the fact I called you Steve Evans so hard that you're making me do my football shirt changes. But I'm probably going to stream tomorrow at some point for maybe 3-4 hours, whether it's GeoGuessr, whether it's MFL, whether it's some of the cups. So if you've got some time on Saturday tomorrow, you want to tune in, just chime into the streams. But other than that, like these guys said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Good luck in the cups. Good luck for the pre-season. Oh, fuck's sake. And I have to do these changes before as well because the intro music doesn't have my face, like it's none of the footage. Right.
Thanks for hosting us, Jimbo. And thanks for Trust for coming on as well.
Got to do 2 changes before I go.
I just opened another common player pack while we're sitting here. A 17-year-old 54. So you guys are good luck.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
Yeah, I opened 2 yesterday. And both were 54s. So one's straight in the dev, one's to the Yorkshire Tea Boys.
My common pack luck has been horrendous, but hopefully the ones on my way to gift will be quite nice.
Another one. You're joking. Oh, no.
I've got 18.4K. I'm just sort of holding it.
I have 20 as well. I wonder if I got to redeem one too.
I don't think it's over yet, Jimbo lad.
No, we're good. I think we could end now. The worst bit is actually hanging them back up afterwards, and I've got a pile of shirts just on the floor. That's the worst bit. Right, let's end this now. And to end, we're going to play the intro. It's a bit backwards, but Kev's going to put his hat on, and you can listen to the intro to the good, the bad, and the ugly, which happened earlier. Thank you very much for tuning in, folks. Good night.
Yo, we're live on a Friday night. Time to turn it up, yo, we're feeling alright. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly show. Hosted by James, let the conversation flow. Gather round, folks, it's that time again. MFL talk, we break it down with our pen. Kevin Bryan, tactical kings on the rise. Dropping knowledge bombs, yeah, they're oh so wise. Football insights, every move dissected. Supporting our teams, never neglected. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. Sid and Bob standing side by side. Trophies gleaming, got that MFL pride. War chest ready, cashing in, can't you see? This community's tight, man, it's family. Creators rolling through, yeah, the vibe is right. talking about the game every Friday night. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, well, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. So tune in, don't miss this hype. Weekly banner as we vibe and type. James leads the way like a star in the sky, while Kev drops wisdom, so don't be shy. Brian's analysis is peak performance, every week brought to you with pure endurance. Fans in the comments interacting live, building up the hype. Together we thrive, from the good plays to the moments that sting. We dissect it all, man, with the real thing. This is more than a game, it's our culture case. MFL community, we're living in grace. The good, the bad, and the ugly, lay it all out. MFL action, well, what it's about. From strategies to trades, we cover it all. Join the hype, man, we're having a ball. So grab your drinks and settle in tight. Friday nights with us, gonna feel just right. Cause when it comes to MFL, you know we ain't slack. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly, y'all. We got your back.